So, hello, lovely watchers, episode 2.
Yay!
Yay! Woo!
Hooray!
The excitement from everyone. We're in a really happy, fun place.
Why
did I agree to play this game with you? So we'll just do a quick introduction again. If we start on this end for me.
Hi, I'm Georgia and I play Red.
And next to Georgia we have...
I am Matthew, I play Jakul.
I'm Catherine, I play Hessia.
Bonjour, I am Kitty and I play Constance and I'm ill today, so don't judge me.
So Constance has come down with the flu as well.
Yeah.
Vampire flu.
Wow.
Vampire flu.
I'm Johnny and I play Gabriel.
Fantastic. And I'm Adam. I prefer Games Master to Dungeon Master.
Because we're not in a dungeon.
Exactly.
Not in dungeons. We're out to
I like that though, I like Dungeon Master.
Do you? Dungeon Master.
It makes it sound like that's what you do
Like
as your day
nightmare.
job.
What are you? I'm the Dungeon Master.
And then I guess the cartoon. Yeah. Right, next time I'm the shave. Welcome, adventurers. Right, anyway, let's get going. So I'll just quickly sum up what happened last time.
Yes.
Yes.
You went to the Happy Fun Place land, and everything is perfect.
Yay, great
We
summary.
love it there.
So you were in the Mistwood, towards the edge of it, and things weren't looking too great. You heard some music playing by some travelling. Anyone remember their names?
Someone had it written
Just let
down.
me have a look at my notes.
Vestani.
They are indeed the travelling, and their leader was a gentleman called Starinir.
Darren here.
If anyone has the names of either of his children within 5 seconds, I will give you a...
Ratcar and Damir.
Damn it.
I actually have it.
I have that ready.
So, Kitty, you can have a point of inspiration.
I fucked it up last time.
I was waiting to hear
Can I
what
use
the
it-
reward was going to be
Can I use
first.
it to keep trying to get a horse?
Keep trying to get the horse.
And they made a deal with you. They would keep you safe for the night. And either way, they asked you to come and heal their prince's dark heart. For unfortunately, it had succumbed to darkness and darkness and darkness. And some of you agreed, I think all of you agreed?
I wasn't asked.
No.
No, I didn't really get a choice in the matter.
Red wasn't asked. I just got drugged and dragged to a place I didn't know.
And then you dreamt when you fell asleep. And in the dream, some of you remember being assaulted in your dream and being attacked and forced to drink something. And then waking up feeling not very well at all. And where you woke up was a grim, misty land. Snowfall, large, tall pine trees as far as the eye could see. You decided to follow the Bastani's trail, which led you along a road into a deeper, darker forest. Well, along that road, you discovered a messenger. Do you still have the message?
We do.
Over there.
Fantastic. And you answered their plea for help. And discovered, unfortunately, the person who wrote the message had passed away because his house was under attack in the night by the undead. As soon as he passed, though, the undead stopped attacking his house. And that happened 3 days ago. You arrived in the village of Barovia. You met a delightful little lady who was selling pasties. I'm going to have to come to yours in a minute, Hessia, sorry. Managed to scare her away, though, or chase her off. You found the pub, and met 3 Vestani in there, but weren't made to feel very welcome. You were met the barkeep.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes.
If anyone can tell me how expensive a
So 3 coppers for a glass of wine, 3 silvers for a flagon of wine or something.
Jug of wine.
Close enough.
Yeah.
And in there you met Ismark. Ismark pleaded with you, seeing you as strangers and recognising some of the symbolism you were wearing on your armours, and the fact that you were adventurers returning with his father's letter, and took you to meet his sister. His sister, Ireena, pleaded with you, and you agreed, some of you a little bit too easily, some of you probably not easy at all, to assist and try and keep her safe from what they describe as the Devil Strahd. You then, travelled to the local chapel and discovered it was in dire need of repair, and Father Donovich was there, weeping, his voice hoarse from crying all night and praying, with his son locked in the basement. Because you've got roll hacks, you then double crit my poor defenseless vampire spawn and murdered him before he could kill any of you. It's fine.
You were very efficient.
You were very efficient.
Yes.
And then decided that the next morning you would help Ireena escape the town. Unfortunately, in the night, a very distinguished gentleman came into town. You heard the sound of the priest hanging himself from the bell tower and stumbled upon Strahd, resurrecting him, bringing him back and telling him twice he had taken something that was not his. Twice he had tried to hide something that didn't belong to him, and if he did it again, he would have Strahd's full attention. Some of you were brave and tried to confront Strahd. Some of you, perhaps more sensible, decided against it. After forcing the soul of the priest back into his body, he turned his attention briefly to you, and then to Ireena and Tatiana, as he tried to summon her forwards. He left. Your efforts to stop him or pause him all failed. You find yourself now in the foyer of Ireena, their family home, as she looks to you, totally distraught, tears running down her face, moving now not like this supernaturally powered figure, but maybe like a 19, 20-year-old girl. Her auburn hair come back to normal, a slightly darker skin. She's still beautiful, but when you saw her as Tatiana, there was something about her, something otherworldly, something incredible, something, but still mixed with this girl next door look that she had. As soon as she dropped out, she begged you, she cried for assistance. Help me, please. As it echoes in all of your minds. As she collapses to the floor, her brother Ismark rushes to her side but isn't quick enough to catch her. Someone had hold of her?
Me?
Yeah, she just falls in your arm. It's not someone who's been punched when they go stiff. She is just completely limp. There is an eerie silence to the house.
Basically yelled Jakul over because he's a cleric. Saw this girl out, cleric.
What you say is what you say, so I've not got my light.
That's right. Saw this girl out, cleric.
What's happened to her?
Wait on the medic.
Before you have a chance to do that, the small dwarf sort of pokes his head out.
You again.
What the fuck was that? Forget the fucking girl. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Red nods enthusiastically.
As he just looks at each of you. Constance, he does not look at you.
Do you give him that face?
As he kind of sees you looking towards him. All right, lass, you deal with this. Well, fuck off.
I don't exactly know where you expect to go, but we are needed here.
That fucking thing there. I say we fucking Fucking give it. As the brother starts to... Shh. Give it.
You stole my shadow, so it's kind of personal now. I need to get that back.
As he kind of looks down to you. And even in this room now with its grim lighting, you have 0 shadow. You
Stole my shadow.
You cast no shadow.
Red puts the image in the mind of how their magic is being weird, because she cast Entangle and there were skeleton hands, and she's like, that's not happened before.
Yeah.
The memory of your skeleton, your entangle normally, doesn't matter what it is,
Yeah.
but just the thought of...
It's not hands.
As the hands were like beneath his feet, actually pushing him up onto his cart.
Yeah.
So again, remember...
because I got a really good perception thing, and I saw something about the driver.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. So you remember...
He was about to move, and then Strahd went...
Yep.
And he stopped.
He didn't.
Cool. I'm going to ping that over to all of you.
So you get the vision, not as clear as when it actually happened. Maybe put more emphasis on certain bits. Go for it. Tell me what you put across.
It'll be certain emphasis. So confusion about the skeletal hands, and confusion about the magic that she's used before. So the fairy fire as well. The fact that it's usually colourful, and it was phantasmic and horrible. And then like really focusing on the fact on like Strahd's some sort of control there with the driver. Generally just very confused. This is all new to her. She's not seen this
From
before.
what you saw of the driver, you wouldn't say he was undead.
Okay, cool.
You wouldn't say undead. You got a really high roll, so you would be able to tell the difference, the jerky motion of most. If he was, he'd be like really high functioning undead. Maybe another high vampire or something like that. So
logically, she's assuming that he can.
Yeah,
you're not thinking.
People. Yeah, you're not thinking like.
It's not just a shambler.
Exactly.
It's as an actual living person. Yeah, so that's sort of the information.
While this is going on, Ismark has kind of run over to his sister, and he's not the most competent man, as he's attempting to kind of assist and looking to all of you for help, as he's just got this unconscious girl in his arms.
I'll try and look after her as well.
Time-wise now, you're probably talking 2 in the morning-ish. Something like that.
Do we go now, or do we wait?
Let's wait till sunrise, please.
Don't want to be here.
I go back.
You have got to be fucking kidding me. We need
to find the Vistani to leave, because they're the ones that brought us here. You can go through that fog if you like, but do you send the images or what happened?
Yeah, all the time, just.
Yeah, he's just like.
By all means, go ahead.
Fine.
Also, in case you didn't notice, that creature left because she didn't want to go with him. He could have probably attacked us, but he didn't.
Stole my shadow. Just saying.
Well, a shadow is a shadow, but...
My shadow.
I think that he probably would have attacked us if she wasn't here. Maybe there's more to this than just running away.
Also gold. He did mention gold.
No.
Fair enough.
Whatever happens, we need to wait until it's light at least before we go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to be out on those roads, regardless of if it's that way towards whatever we're supposed to be going towards, and that way where we come from. It's going to be dark, and we know there are wolves, and not wolves.
Wolves.
And other things.
Bedtime.
Right then.
Not bedtime. I'm gonna go poking around for stuff.
I'm going to go
house
check
or
out
streets?
House. I need something that's made of iron. A nail, maybe.
Yeah.
That'll work. Are there any nails around?
Investigation. I think that's a skill check.
Investigation.
I was going to do investigate their library.
13?
Yes, enough.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of...
Yeah, you find some iron tongs.
Oh, cool, that'll do.
Give them a couple of test clicks. Yep, these work.
I'm just going to tie it to a belt. look very proud of this. She doesn't know what they are, but she's like...
I want to... Well, after I made sure the girl's alright, I want to go check on the priest who just came back to life.
Yep.
I've got James Footers again.
The girl is out for the count.
Okay.
She is probably out for the count. You put her in a comfortable position, help. You take her to a bedroom. From what you've seen, this house is much more comfortable than a lot of the other buildings you've seen. It's nothing fantastical, but it is... Yeah, it could be. It's a big multi... It looks like it's ill-repaired, got that damp just trying to constantly seep into it, and they're doing what they can to stop it. Any fires which are in here just don't give off as much heat as you think that they should. It's that kind of feel to it constantly. Yep, you're going to make your way up. Yep. Anyone going with?
I'll go with him.
Yep.
Might as well go with him.
I need to check on this priest. Why would he kill him?
Eric, stay with her.
Constance?
I will follow the bloody cleric.
As soon as you leave the door,
to follow the cleric.
the dwarf you can hear, and anyone who's inside still can see the dwarf re-barricading. The dwarf. Paladin's like...
that means the wolf's trapped inside.
Oh, hello, wee doggy. Guess not. Fuck this.
Red's gonna go sit by the fireplace.
Yep. He'll go and search for drink. So, you three make your way up. It's about 100, 150 foot to the chapel. As you exit, it is eerily quiet again. You start making your way up the cobbled street. Everyone give me a perception, please. D20. Have those metal dice.
10.
13.
12.
Jackal, you get the distinct feeling of being watched. Can't tell where from, can't tell what from. You know, when you're just like, something is definitely watching me.
Okay.
You continue up the slight slope to the top of this hill.
While I'm walking up, I dip my fingers into like a little vial on my pouch and pick out some holy water and like kind of sprinkle it on myself, and then mutter to protect myself from evil.
You invoke protect evil?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that just you or is it everyone with you?
Just for me.
Brilliant. You would know what the priest's doing. You've seen priests cast spells. You'd probably know as well.
Since
That is going to help you as I walk past him.
just trying to remember if we had a long rest between fighting the vampire and
No.
like
Sure.
the wee vampire, not the big.
The wee.
Not the big boy vampire.
Yeah, we know. You'd gone to bed, and then in the middle of the night,
Right.
You woke
So you
up.
had a little
woken.
rest.
Yeah, you'd had a
Short rest.
The mist is heavy. You can't see the tree line properly around the village, but you can see these tall, very dark, glooming trees, the occasional one. As you make it up, the door's still open. You can see the remains of where the ground here has been disturbed from the hands that reached out of it, and you can see where the cart pulled off in such a hurry. The hoof prints, real hoof prints, where they've gone in such a speed, the amount of dirt they've kicked up. You go into the chapel.
Yeah.
Couple of candles burning. Sorry, does anyone get extra light?
I've got dark vision.
Okay. So I should have asked. Does anyone cast in light or?
I'll put light on my mist.
Yeah.
and just-
Again, when you've got this light in the mist, it's like fog lights in heavy mist. That kind of. So the immediate effect is quite nice, but it just messes up your dark vision for seeing further into the darkness. It's a disadvantage to have on.
Okay. No, I don't have dark vision.
To your surprise, there's already someone else here. You can see the shape of the priest, head held low, his heavier frame and the bald head, his fraying robes. And there's a woman talking to him. From the accent, you would guess Barovian. As you enter, she looks over to you and immediately takes a couple of steps back. As the priest looks up, Father Donovan, and before he looked tired, and now he just looks defeated. There is no attempt to hold himself up straight. There's no attempt to push his shoulders back. He is full slouched, his hands just dangling. If they could fall off, they would probably have fallen off. There is no muscle acting in any of his body. He just seems to be standing up through chance. Woman kind of looks to you. She's maybe in her 40s, maybe 50s, common clothes, not the drab that you've seen of others, a little bit more colour to it, but nowhere near the Ireena's level of clothing.
Who are you? I raise my shield. And...
She looks to you. My daughter! Have you found my daughter?
What daughter?
You can see she's clearly been crying for a long time. She kind of runs over to you and gives the priest a look of mixture of disgust and confusion at him. I did everything right. I did everything that my fathers did and their fathers did. I kept her in the house. I locked her up. I didn't let her go out. I did what we were supposed to do. And still she's left. She snuck out. She snuck out by herself. Can you believe it? What a fool. She begins to cry. Find her for me. Find her, please. Find her.
Who is your daughter? Gertruda, you found her, haven't you? You look like the sort of people who would find someone. All of you. You especially.
As her eyes move with unnatural speed between all three of you, the smile that doesn't reach her eyes and has just too wide to it, as she goes to grab your hands. If you pull away or let her.
I'm going to pull away. Yeah.
Yep. As she kind of then looks to all three of you. Maybe it was you who took her. Maybe you're behind this.
How long has she been missing?
2 days. The priest Donovan won't do anything. She won't help it. Oh, he's useless. Come. She goes to grab you. I'll show you.
I'd let myself be dragged along by her.
Yep.
Sure.
The priest kind of looks up to you. No shake of the head, no, just the look of a man completely defeated. The look of a man who, with your insight, you would guess lost his best friend, is the priest of a deserted chapel where his congregation has just openly said in front of you that he's useless, where he can't protect himself or his flock, where he's tried to hide something from Strahd and completely failed, so took his own life and couldn't even do that, and has now been warned if he disobeys this man, this devil Strahd again, that he will have his attention, whatever that may mean. He doesn't even sigh, he just looks up to you briefly and then looks down at the floor.
Okay, I will go down to him, towards him.
You're getting dragged away, Constance? Which way are you going? You're kind of stuck in the middle of this.
I just sigh and shake my head and start walking back.
It's warm.
Oh, what are you two doing? I literally said out loud. What are you two doing?
As she continues kind of running as
How
quick as
far
she
are
can.
we? Is she pulling?
She points to a house which you swear would have been deserted had you not seen the door now slightly ajar.
Mm-hmm.
So she's she's been missing 2 days, 2 nights.
From what I know,
And where might she go?
No. Where would anyone go here?
The bar. That's where I'd go.
She drags you inside. The house is a simple peasant, nothing to it at all. 2 up, 2 down-ish. Small kitchen. A reception room of sorts where it looks like there is a small wood burning log with a log in it, crackling away. Her room. I'll show you the room, then you'll be able to find her, won't you?
Why have I let myself be split up from everybody else?
She drags you upstairs, the rickety staircase. Under your weight, it groans.
Okay, I'm not going to go up all the way, just here.
Yeah, you can see the outside of a door with 3 locks on the outside of this door.
And am I to assume you locked her in that room?
That's what my father did, and my father's father. Unfortunately, it's only me, isn't it? So I had to do everything by myself.
Why do you lock people in their rooms?
She looks at you, a mixture of confusion. So she won't leave.
Are you afraid she'll leave because of the Devil Strahd, or because of just not liking being locked in a room?
She looks around as if anyone could be in this tiny little hovel house listening in, and comes in very close. You'd have to come down to her. She come down. They whispered in the night for her. Their sweet lies. They can't enter if you don't let them. If you say no, they can't come in. But you can go to them. And then she continues into the room.
Is it safe for me to go upstairs?
Yeah, you got that. You're kind of spreading your weight as well as you can.
Yeah.
It's a very small room.
Yeah.
Not quite flea infested, but close to that kind of look to it.
Yeah.
If it was somewhere warm,
yeah. So it's a standard Barovian teenage bedroom.
Yeah. So
sexy etchings on the walls, or a woodcut of a really handsome woodcut.
Tasteful woodcut.
Yeah.
There is. Give me an investigation, and we'll see how much you get. So you'll see everything, but it's what you can glean from it.
10.
Ooh, not bad, not great. So there's 2 books in here. One is the Morning Lord Day Prayers.
Cool.
And it is what you'd expect. Sort of semi-hymn, semi-prayer kind of book.
Yeah.
There's another one which is... you can't see the writer, but it is... think grim fairy tales, but from just sort of leafing through it quickly, it's a mix of that with these creatures are real and how to beat them.
Right. Cool.
You also find a very small wooden doll wearing a threadbare dress, and the tag in it says, "Is no fun, is no blinksy." Take what you need to find her. As she looks at you, just excessively nodding.
I'm going to take the book, the handy how-to book.
Yep. It's a children's book, but it is the sort of children's book to scare the crap out of your children to...
Sure.
Yep.
A Barushkin children's book.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take that. There's nothing else that I can see.
You don't think so?
With that investigation.
The room is... You've seen cells smaller, and you've seen cells considerably bigger.
How old is she?
She stops for a second. It's hard to tell, isn't it? 16, 17?
All right. And she's not shown. Do you keep her in this room all day, or is it just at night?
Depends.
What on?
Sometimes she could come out in the days, if it was a good day.
And how often was it a good day?
I don't know. Perhaps your mother should have kept you, maybe in your room slightly longer.
Yeah, probably.
Well, are you going to find her now? You're as useless as that Papa Donovan, aren't you? You're working together. You're all against me, aren't you?
It's a big conspiracy of apathy and incompetence, yes. But we will try. If we come across
find her.
any girl with her...
When she gets back here, she's in this room.
You've not even given me a description of her. How am I to know that you haven't done away with her somewhere and you're just trying to cover your tracks somehow?
As you kind of say that to her, she puffs. She's not like some of them, you know, those the drabs. She's got a soul to her. Sometimes I wish I did have a drab.
Do you mean she's not like that barkeep?
No.
Is that what you mean? Right. Any physical description?
She's a little bit smaller than me. Got brown hair. What more do you need? Come on.
I mean, honestly, it seems like you've never actually met her. How long have you kept her locked up? You can't even give me a description.
It's not locked up. She was happy enough. I kept her safe. It's not locked up. It's safe. Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try and find this vague girl. Gertrude.
Anything else you want to ask her?
No, I want to get out of there. It smells.
As you go to leave, like a couple of rats bolt across the floor and sneak under the bed and out the other side.
Nice. I'll take the doll as well before I go.
Taking the doll? Yeah, so is no fun, is no blinksy.
How is that written on it? Is it like a little label on the back, or is it
inside the dress?
So does it look like it's been written on it, or
yeah?
Okay.
It's on like a little tiny piece of linen.
Right. I'm going to go back to them.
Yeah.
I want to be. I'm trying to take care of the priest, and I'm going to cast heroism on him to try and get rid of his fears and ask him, like, what in the world happened? What was Strahd after, and what would lead you to do such a horrible thing to yourself?
Nice. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm going to give you an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
He kind of straightens his back slightly. Meets your eye for the first time. Is anyone else in there with him still? How close are you?
Puffing and puffing.
He looks just towards you, not towards Gabriel, and he kind of locks eyes with you for a second, but it doesn't last long before his eyes then sort of just drift down to your chest, and that seems to be where he's just kind of talking to. Again, this really hoarse throat. You can see still the lacerations from the hanging noose that he had around his neck barely an hour ago. I knew, you know.
What did you know?
When the soul comes back and it's reborn, they look freakishly similar. I've seen the painting of Tatiana.
You're saying she is the reincarnation?
Oh, yeah, she is. Heed my words.
How would she be able to, like, take over as the old her? Her soul has come back.
It's complicated. I don't understand it fully myself.
I'm not used to this kind of...
The souls now are as trapped as the body is.
when you die here, your soul does not go to your afterlife, it is not judged. You're separated, I'm sure you can feel it as I can, Father, from your gods, and it'll only get worse.
And you were hiding her from him.
I did my best.
I'm sorry.
He looks.
Why would he bring you back? After everything.
Sick sense of humour. We were all his playthings, you know.
This is a horrible, horrible place.
He could send us all on a whim.
Is there no way out?
More have come before you have.
But no one leaves.
A few years ago now, a mage came through. A powerful mage.
Mage?
He came to the village and he tried to find people to help him storm the castle. He knew of this place. He knew of the devil Strahd. And he attacked. We lost too many that day.
And that was the last sign of rebellion against him.
My son. I lost too many that day.
I'm so sorry.
Understand this.
As he looks up.
It's me who's sorry for you.
Is there nothing to be done? No possible way of defeating him?
When the mage came, the battle was seen by Barovia. They fought in the air. As lightning filled the skies, I saw the mage fall limpless into the river.
Which river was this?
To the south. Lake Zarovich. It's where everything leads. Eventually makes it to the main lake in the north. It's not important.
Is there no one in this place who can stand against him?
We don't have to stand against them.
I think we do.
We just take the girl to the safe place. Go to the safe place, then we go to the gypsies and get them to take us back. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
He just needs a good cup of tea, back to the house, and he needs a morning sun. That's what he needs to do. Give a prayer or something simple. I do that with persuasion, by the way.
The Abbey, I think it still stands.
Okay.
It's far to the west. The fortified town, maybe. But for how long? All men have a price.
I'm sorry for the horrible things that have happened to you. We will do what we can. No, I'll leave them.
As you go to leave.
If you get the chance, leave.
Sounds like a good idea.
So he goes back. You can see the smell now hits you from the front of where his holy symbol was. There's sort of burnt ash of it now. From where it burst into flame so brightly when Strahd tried to enter. As he goes about slowly tidying up at the front of the altar. You guys exit as Constance, you finish with the woman as she bolts the door behind you. Those in the house. You get your iron.
Yeah.
Farden beckons you into like a side room. Looks, gives you the once over. Well, that's who you side with.
Just cocks her head.
Are you with the big lass? Or you're on the team who wants to get the fuck out of here?
She puts her hand on the wall.
Smart. Your own team. He kind of sees you and gives you a little nod. Do not trust that fucking Harthog. If we get the chance to get out of here, we get the fuck out of Dodge. Aye?
The shadow. I want the shadow back.
I'll buy you a new shadow. A new one. Brand new. Aye?
I'll sleep on it.
As he kind of gives a little jingle, and you can hear the jingle of expensive things.
I'll sleep on it. I'll sleep on it.
Good. You stay safe. Up, up.
It growls.
Smart dog. And again, he walks off and disappears into a separate room. From eating the pasty. Sorry.
Oh God.
So I fucked this up. My apologies.
I don't think I'll be able to eat after this.
That's what you're going to get.
So I messed up the pasty eaten last time.
Wait for it, everyone.
You could tell instantly it was magical.
Ooh.
And you resisted its spell. Give me an arcana, and I'll tell you what you managed to glean from it.
Sorry, I'm going to use the match. Woohoo, 19.
Ooh.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you didn't do detect magic on it, so you don't know what sort of magic it is.
No.
It is definitely infused with something, but you're not sure what.
Okay. Helpful.
You, with a roll that high, I'm going to let you let a little bit of it seep through. So you saved against it, but you were able to control a little bit, knowing that it's magic, and you were kind of like, let's have a look.
Yeah.
And when you did, you felt much happier, like considerably happier. Everything seemed a little bit brighter. Everything seemed a little bit more colourful, more vibrant.
Okay.
A little bit less quiet, and then it passed very quickly.
Okay.
And it left your mouth a little bit dry, a little bit hungry.
Oh boy, children meat.
I do love me for children meat.
You would probably quite like another pasty.
I will have another pasty.
You're not
children
like
meat.
addicted to it, but you could understand.
If I were to see another cart go by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delicious. Don't see any problem with it. Personally.
You guys make it back to the door. It's bolted.
I'll bang on the door.
The sort of silence inside is erupted as you're on edge, and there's a big knock on the door. you can just decide amongst yourself who's the closest if you want to go and undo it.
I
The
think
dwarf does not.
Red's still downstairs, which is only little.
I guess that'll be me then.
She tries to pull stuff out.
It's like a take the bar off. You can now see again when you open it that this heavy scratch. There's axe marks in it. It's been attempted to burn a little bit, but it stood strong.
Wow, pretty big door.
Door. Right, I'm going to bed. I don't know what you two are up to.
She's gonna pull on your thing. She go, Eric,
Yeah.
the Raven. She wants because she knows that there's something weird about him.
Okay.
She wants to check him over.
Go for
There's
it.
something weird. Just pick the Raven up. I'm going to cast Detect Magic on the Raven because I know he's there's something weird about him at the minute. Do I need to roll for it?
No, you invoke it.
Yeah, so again, it's a mixture of lots of different, like all the language bits that she's picked up.
Yep. You can sense necromantic magic emanating from it. As you see, the Raven begins to kind of twitch slightly as you're looking at it closer and just picks at one of its like flight feathers, one of the important ones, and just picks the entire thing out and just pulls out its entire feather.
Yeah,
My
she's
bird back.
holding it like
Give my bird back.
just plops him on the floor.
Eric, get on my shoulder.
He waddles over, beats his wings, and flies as perfectly as you've seen him now, but he just ripped out one of his flight
And
feathers.
she's gonna pick up that feather. It's,
it's the big,
like,
long one.
pulled straight out of his skin. Is there
Yeah.
like blood and stuff on it? or-
There's some of its skin attached to it, but there's no blood on it.
Yeah, it's just gonna show that to him and be like, that bird shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You'd know that for sure. You know,
Yeah,
Eric
no.
shouldn't be doing this.
And she's gonna like.
You've not seen Eric eat much since you've been here.
Yeah.
She's gonna
Pasties are great.
pass over the vibe that she picked up, the necromantic vibe that she picked up.
How would you put across necromancy in a film?
Something
Interpreted dance.
So a dead flower, somebody touching it and it going.
Nice. So that's what you see in your mind.
That's dark.
And she's going to put an image of Eric and be like, that equals the bird.
Does Eric feel lighter?
About the same
Because
weight.
Eric is a fat
A little bit lighter, perhaps.
I am.
Red's just going to look at you and just go, deads.
Yeah. I just nod and agree.
Yeah, yes.
As you say it, Eric mimics your voice, but more childlike. Dad.
Oh, she loves that. She'll be like,
Yeah, you can do that, I think. You can mimic sounds.
He can mimic sounds.
oh, she loves that.
You're there for this.
This whole exchange.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Jackal, you're there for this as well.
I would like to use Divine Sense on Eric.
Whoa! So if he's evil.
Well, just generally in the area.
Okay. Is anyone in the area evil? Alignment.
No.
Pretty
No.
No.
Baldwin is not there.
Evil.
Can't see him. Can't see him. You get as you invoke it. Would he be?
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got to find out
So
if the
it's,
Raven Queen's evil.
until the end of
It's the Raven Queen's bird.
your next turn, you know the
a look.
location
I
of
don't-
any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind token cover.
He's undead. Eric is undead. Completely.
To be fair, he's a spirit animal anyway.
Yeah, he's full undead.
Would I have seen him fly into the big werebear?
I don't know. Did you say about that? No, you wouldn't have seen it.
You would have seen it.
No. You would have seen him not being with you when you woke up, and then being called back and flying in.
Cool.
And he didn't spend the night with you before you left.
Yeah.
That's what you would have seen.
Deads.
Dead.
Cool.
I'm honestly not right about Eric. As I pull a book from the library and just start sticking through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything anyone wants to do before you go to bed? Can everyone, just as just all 5 of you are now in this situation, and no NPCs are here at all, just remind me exactly, give me a once-over of how you look, and in the new, general kind of facial demeanour. So if we start with Red.
Oh gosh. Very small, even for a halfling. Very lean. So kind of very long-limbed, but not scrawny. Quite muscly. Like leather armour, but it's mainly made up of like scraps of like animal leather, sort of tied to her. Very pale blue eyes and red hair. With a little red cloak, and long raggedy fingernails, and her hair's all.
And you would see
rugged.
What would be a large wolf, which is at her side as well. The wolf is maybe past its prime. Anyone with animal handling would be able to see, but still strong. This is not.
Pops.
This is not a wolf you would like to mess with on a dark alley.
I'm silver dragonborn race, so I have a very perfectly symmetrical kind of face with like a nice little silver fin kind of matted back, and I have very deep eyes that kind of, when you look into them, kind of get lost.
So like real life.
Soul searching eyes. Yeah. And I've somehow managed to keep my clothes very immaculately, neatly kept, even after all this horribleness. My shoes are a bit muddy, but other than that, I'm very clean and well kept. And my bruises somehow healed completely.
So I'm tiefling, so about 5 foot tall, dark, sort of coppery red skin. Sort of little horns, quite a long tail that's always moving, quite wild black hair that all over the place. If you've seen the new She-Ra, then Catra is not a million miles away from how I imagine it. Yeah. So, all in black, just plain black clothes. Nothing.
Super goth.
Super goth. A little bit of eyeliner going on.
I am a 6'2", 20 stone half orc in mail with a tabard over it with the sigil of the Church of Tyr, God of Justice, which is weighing scales on top of a warhammer, and I have a very severe wimple covering any hair, and chronic bitch face.
Oh yes.
Now you look at me, I'm actually 5'8".
Oh god.
Before I was 5'6".
It's gross.
My beard has got a bit longer than earlier, and my eyes are now a darker shade of green, but I still look kind of around the 30 mark, 40 mark.
Nice. You're left alone downstairs in this house. You've stayed here a couple of nights. All of you have got beds. Some of you were kind of awoken in the middle of the night, so you're not like bone tired, but you're not spring chickens. You've probably got 3 or 4 hours until dawn, if you could call it dawn.
Time to bed.
Yeah, you'll call it a night.
Too exhausted.
Inside the library.
Yep.
Probably fallen asleep in a good book.
Red doesn't like the beds,
No.
so she's going to sleep on the floor.
Nice. Can everyone give me a willpower, please? Wisdom save.
12.
21.
Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong dice.
18.
19.
8. It's a damn pasties.
They sap you.
Gabriel, we'll start with you. You're aware you're dreaming.
Yeah.
You're in a forest. You're in Mistwood.
Getting bored of these forest dreams.
You can feel Eric near you
Yep.
as he comes and squawks and he's on your shoulder. As he does, you see the image in front of you of a rose bush with very large thorns on it, and you can see something behind it. What do you do? Sort of almost kind of in this thorn bush.
When Quasty go towards the.
Yeah, the thorns on it look very sharp. You can see it. It's intriguing you. You get drawn to it. You want it.
Pull out my dagger and start cutting my way through past the thorns.
As you pull your dagger out, you're struck with not wanting to hurt this rose. It is beautiful. You get almost the feeling of innocence from it coming across, and the bush needing to be protected.
Protect the bush.
Okay.
You're in the dream. You're attaching very human feelings and emotions to it, for sure.
To the bush.
To this beautiful but deadly thorn bush.
Oh, right. Dope.
They're in it. You can see the roses now. When you're closer, you can see they're multiple different colours, reds and blues and whites on this one bush. It's quite impressive. You feel driven, and you can, with 19, you can feel that drive is coming from Eric to sort of protect it, but also to get whatever's behind it.
Okay.
Or in it.
How big is the thing that's in it? Can I see roughly like a shape?
It's quite bright coming inside, like a square, rectangle kind of.
Is there like gaps in amongst the thorns?
Yeah.
Go grab it then, Eric. You're the one that wants it.
he gives a little shake of his head.
Slowly
Yep,
put
give
my
me a
hand
dex.
in. Yeah, that's what that was going. That would be an 11.
Not bad. You get in quite close, and as you do, you can kind of see what it is, and it's like you're seeing out of Eric's eyes for a second, and Eric's flying high over the land, but you're seeing things without clouds, and they're stuck in position for a moment, as you then, just before you can reach it, scrape yourself on as you awaken on the sofa. Yeah.
Hi.
You awaken to a hand over your mouth. You see these beady little dwarven eyes and beard. You smell the alcohol on his breath. And lass, as he pulls out a little knife, have you slept on it then?
I am going to attack the dwarf. I'm debating how best to do this. I'm going to...
Are you with me, lass? Are you with us?
I'm going to hurl a firebolt at the dwarf.
As you try and invoke the magic in your blood, you can't... It's hard to... You'd be so used to just pushing, and it's there, like this reserve, this power, something you can just tap into inside you. As crazy and as wild as it is, it's just there and it answers your call. As you push to it, there's just nothing at all. And he just looks at you again.
Oh, lass, what is it? Has something got your tongue?
As blood sprays out across you as you...
Yo.
As you look around the room, as he looks over to you.
What the fuck is it?
And then just rolls over and goes back to sleep. As you look round, your heart racing in your chest as you double check my tongue is still in my mouth.
I'm gonna bring one of my daggers back to bed with me.
You find it hard to go back to sleep?
Wow, that's a
Funnily enough.
Yeah.
But sleep does welcome you. The morning comes. The Ireena is up as she welcomes all of you. Downstairs, you've got the smell of cooking vegetables, a small quantity of meat.
Oh yes, going straight for that.
Yeah, it would be
pasties.
Definitely eggs. Maybe like a small bit of porky bacon
Okay, so
kind of
she's
thing.
just going to gather it in her hands and it's just sat there squatting, just.
As she looks over to all of you, she's again wearing this gambeson that probably wasn't made for her, but has been altered to fit her. Chain vest, similar story. You'd definitely be able to see the alterations done to it. Would have probably been quite nice for whoever it was first designed to fit. it's not cheap armour for sure. Her brother is still just in the gambeson with the armoured points, but no armour on him. As you are all welcome downstairs. Some of you look slightly fresher than others. The dwarf is scoffing away, and he just gives a little thumbs up. I'm sorry for yesterday. As her brother goes to step in, as she... From what I can understand, you're as stuck here as I am. I'll understand if you don't want to come. I do not wish to be a burden upon you. The back goes straight, the shoulders go back. Anyone who has spent time around nobility, she's been trained. The poise, you can see she's making an effort, definite. But I understand any of you who do choose to come with me, I'd be so grateful. Yeah, I wish I could put it to words how grateful I am.
Of course we won't leave you alone.
She grabs your hand. Thank you, Father.
I give the dwarf a very pointed look, and I'm like,
he's just like,
and
a bit in his beard.
that I'm coming along too.
He kind of gives a little shake of the head.
How much is he like scoffing down? Is he paying attention to anything? I want a slight hand on the dwarf.
Oh, give me a roll. God. Yeah, he's not actively looking, so you're just against his perception.
Oh no, that's a critical fail.
Critical fail.
Critical fail.
Only a 5.
Without even looking up,
Yeah.
he just goes, "Aye, lads, no." And as you look down, you can see he's gone to one-handed, and he's just kind of half drawn a knife.
That's fair.
Can I say?
Paying attention.
Can I say I don't blame you for trying? As he looks to see if you've left, and then puts it back in and finishes his off.
I sit opposite him.
Yeah.
And just starting like the porridge, just staring at him.
He'll keep eye contact with you. He doesn't break eye contact.
He's got an egg on his tail. Has he got an egg there?
He's going for yours.
Oh, I go for his.
Oh, very cute.
It's not.
Carry on.
See, I'm kind of wanting to use this distraction to now try and sleight of hand him. Can I? I'm going to try.
You're going to go for him?
Yeah.
You think he is actively looking now.
Okay.
So you're not. So the way it would work, if he's not actively looking, you're against what's called your base perception.
Yeah.
Which is just
your
bonus
passive
plus
wisdom?
perception plus
No.
yeah.
The passive wisdom.
Passive perception, yeah. Passive wisdom.
So, but now he is actively, so it's going to be harder to.
I'm still going to try.
You'd be able to
How does
notice
he
that.
activate? Is he rolls?
Yeah, he rolls plus the perception.
Sleight of hand. Come on, be good.
Yeah, you. I'm going to give you advantage because he did actually show you where he jingled, and you heard where it came from. So I'll give you advantage.
Do you want another 20?
Oh, thank you. Will these be good? Oh, 19 plus 1, 20.
Yeah, what are you going for? You, from looking and having a little, you can see he's got, we'll say he's got 3 pouches, a small, medium and large.
Large.
You're going for the big?
Yeah.
That will be the hardest.
Yeah. I'm not smart.
I'm going to give him advantage to spot you because it is his big one.
Go big or go ahead. My turn.
You'd see it from your position as he's kind of, as you just...
It's with the tail comes for it.
Yeah. You get a reasonably heavy coin pouch.
Ooh! I'll just give you a little wink and saunter off.
As breakfast is eaten, I'm afraid we don't. This is Ireena. I don't have many more provisions to take. There's a small store in town, or have you got things?
I've got enough rations on me. How much time? How long is the journey?
I don't have like any.
I've got nothing.
You got nothing, and you've.
I was a prisoner.
I have enough for 10 days.
I've
Paladin's
got
nothing as
enough
well.
for. I think I've got some as well.
I've got some money, and that's about it.
I've got, I think.
I can't remember.
What
if I
comes in a
wrote mine
component
down.
pouch? That's what I've got.
Oh, I forgot to put how much money I've got.
So if
I've also got a
you've got
trap.
30 days for 3 people. No, so you've got 10 days for 3 people. So for 5 people, you've got 6.5, 7 days worth of rations, if you all share evenly. I know the dwarf's got nothing as well, so you've got 5 days of rations.
I can hunt. I've got a hunting trap.
And you can indeed hunt, and
In a dead forest.
it's whether or not you want
There
to.
are wolves.
There are stuff out there, definitely.
I have 2 hunting traps as well.
Yeah.
I've got a crowbar.
I don't know. Are we just bragging about what we've got in our pockets at this point?
I'm feeling left out, so I thought I'd just mention
Ismark
that.
straightens his back.
I can make our water supply last longer if you want.
I can
make fire change.
I can take you to Bill Drafts. I've got some coin.
You paying, is that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. He. Who goes with him?
Best to be prepared.
I think all of us should go.
Yeah.
Head out straight away.
Yeah.
We go there, then we get our stuff together, and we leave.
And we get our stuff together, go there, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You get fully armoured up, fully kitted up. Remember, you've not got any pack horses or anything like that. You're carrying it all on your shoulders.
Used to it.
Yep.
And
Constance, you definitely are. Red, definitely. You can load up.
Sat
Dad.
the wolf.
Yeah, you can load him up a bit.
He's not got saddle pack. No. Just scraps of leather.
Those, like,
A barrel of whiskey.
Just healing potions. You die, he just comes and headbutts you. Much better, thank you. You make your way to this small corner-esque style shop. As you open the door, it would definitely be one of you two first, not Ismark, or whoever wants to go in first.
I'll go in first.
The store is probably big enough for maybe 3 of you to go in. So it depends who wants to go in.
I'm not even a person.
Oh yeah.
You go?
Who wants to go inside?
I'll go
Huh?
in.
No, but I'm tiny. I'm not that big.
Who wants to go inside the store?
Red does,
Yeah,
but
1,
she's
2,
leaving the
3.
wolf outside.
Alright, I'll nervously pat the wolf.
He'll be like,
Good dog.
just cringing everyone.
So you can see this.
Mr. Moneybags going in as well.
The curtains are still drawn and open slightly, even though it is morning. You open. You hear the creaking hinges of his door, as it's just called Bildrafts. You meet Faustini. Slightly colourful robes. He gives you all a nod. But as you look at him, he doesn't look like any of... Even the 3 who weren't with the others, when you first looked in their face, they all had a similar... This guy just seems to be wearing Faustini clothes. You'd be able to judge. I'm not even going to make you roll. Customers, welcome.
We need supplies. You got any rations? We're going to take a
Of course.
trip through the lovely town and cities of Barovia.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
My eyes have turned blue and the beard's got shorter.
That's before we went in?
There.
Okay.
As I open the door.
Yeah, he kind of looks around and then sort of peers his head out to see who's with you. He... Just provisions, nothing else.
What else have you got?
Oh, what would you like? A bit of this. His accent is definitely not that of the Vostini. Bostani, sorry.
Red's just rummaging around the shop, looking at everything, picking up things.
Hey,
She growls.
Barwimple, as this back door opens, this muscle-clad, about 6'1", but you can see instantly there's not much going on behind here, makes his way up. Make yourself useful, lad. So he kind of just sort of looks around for a second. You can see under his kind of leather apron, the guy's built like a freaking truck. Pulls out a hammer. Just starts hammering in some few nails along the top. As you're kind of half watching him with this hammer. Everyone give me a perception.
Everyone inside or everyone?
Oh, just inside. You can hear the hammering from outside slightly.
11.
15.
12.
15. You're 100% sure one of the times he full on smacks his finger. Like, full on. There's nothing. Nothing going on anywhere here. He just carries on. As you can see, a bit of blood on the nail. Just like,
Fun.
right.
So what do you have?
Huh?
What do you have?
He's looking at his stock. It's pretty shit. Bit sort of grain, couple of bits of meat, bags, packs, stuff like that.
Right.
He kind of looks out and just starts eyeballing and counting you up. And
Do we actually
how many
find out
days?
How many days we're going for?
Well, the
Where's
guys
he
with
going?
you.
Isn't the guy with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's paying.
Oh yeah, it's Mark.
It's Mark.
Oh, we're just going on a small hunting trip.
Yes.
Ireena's just coming to see us off. She'll be at the house still. As he kind of turns around. Turns back. So, some just provisions.
Yeah, just
Yes,
provisions.
provisions.
He gets some stuff out. He buys basically enough to double yours.
Perfect.
It costs, you would know this, everyone apart from you would know this, about 10 times the value that it should.
Yeah.
About that for this. He hands over coin, bags up your stuff, anything anyone else wants to do in his store. He thanks you for your custom. It's hard to put this guy's accent on him. He's not Barovian.
Yeah.
He's not Vestini. His kind of slightly greased over hair. He's maybe in his 40s. Smile, all too eager. You've met men like this before.
Con eyes. Absolute con men. Alright. That's fine. We only got the. I only wanted.
We weren't paying.
No, we weren't back, so I'm not voting.
He, let Ireena know if she needs any company while you're away hunting. He kind of, they can't hold the disgust from his face. Yes, Bildrath. He makes his way out. But he doesn't confront him and he doesn't put him in his place. He just...
So now he's out. Can I go in the store?
Yep. It's again cramped, small.
Yes.
You can see this big lug still just randomly seems to be hitting nails in. You're not sure what this is achieving as he kind of. The big lug, Parwimple kind of makes his way out the back and just starts moving heavy things
Is
around.
he just hammering nails
No,
into
randomly.
Random things.
Making himself useful.
Yeah.
Do you have any javelins?
You might do for hunting.
Just before I leave the door, I cross my arm and start. What?
Yeah. 2.
2.
Hunting javelin.
How much?
It's hard times. 20 gold.
Gold! 20 gold!
That's a ridiculous amount of money. That's over 10 times the value.
Can the wolf fit in the shop?
You can still be there.
Can the wolf fit in the shop?
No.
Damn.
It's at the moment, you're like, as he's kind of got everything behind his counter. Hard times. Sometimes you got to ask yourself,
Would you rather have a javelin or not?
Well, I've already got 2.
We could do with 2 more.
I could do with 2 more. Also, I could do with 20 gold, so I think I'm just going to stay with the 2 that I've got.
Can't spend gold when you're dead.
True?
I think he was trying to intimidate you there.
Was he
Just one then.
Sorry.
He's not making it. He's just.
Were you just trying to intimidate me then? And I
no.
stand up to my fullest.
If I was trying to intimidate you, Paul, as he just makes his way back out. Although he's human, he's probably on your level. Similar. What's your strength?
17.
Muscle physique is similar, if not slightly more than.
Yeah.
If I was trying to intimidate you, you'd know. No, he's still not trying to intimidate you. He's just the big guy standing next to him.
Who's still in there?
I'm still there.
I went out.
I'm outside.
Alright.
I was watching. Go full neutral. Gotta do it.
What for neutral?
Oh yeah, well that's what the Rowan Queen is.
I'll make a deal with you. It's out 1, 9 gold. They're not crap, but they're not good.
I just look in like this. What are you doing?
Yeah. He's just like. So that's a no then. Right. Well, I've got to get back to work. People to serve.
I look round.
Completely fucking dead. Anyone want to do anything else in town?
Can I see how much is in that coin purse before we go back into the place where the dwarf is?
Oh, give me. No, I'll roll it.
No.
Unfortunately, quite a lot of it is silver.
I thought you were about to say, unfortunately, there's quite a lot of it.
I don't call that unfortunate, personally.
So he's got 46 silver and 15 gold pieces.
Whoa.
He will be very aware that this is missing.
I don't know.
Are you keeping it in the same? What are you doing with the purse?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I haven't got anywhere to. I'm going to put it in the backpack. Like, it's not exactly the world's best hidden thing ever, but at least I'm not holding it in my hand.
Is there anything you want to do in town before you head out?
Nah.
No,
Ismark is dressed to come with you.
Is there any sign of that horrible old woman?
Well, the one with the pasties.
Pasty one.
Well,
no,
Is
you've
there
not
any
Morgana.
sign of the one with the pasties?
no, you've not seen her
It's
That's a
daytime
shame.
during the day.
I would be really sad if we saw her
Ismark
again.
is now wearing piecemeal armour, so he's got breastplate attached, quite nice quality-ish. But he is dressed to come with. No one said anything to him otherwise.
That's fine. Extra hands are always helpful.
Yes, I've heard that before. With a criminal who had a bag of hands.
That's become a strange life.
Red's just going to get on the back of the wolf and just start walking.
Bowden Hessia looks to you when Constance says that, and it's like...
It's fine. He's dead now.
It's fine, it's dead now.
brings you over,
Did you have any hands left when you finished with it?
grabs you at one point.
I bet she's fucking talking about Hansie Jim.
That's it, Handy Jim.
Oh, Nancy's Jim.
You knew he liked to carry a bag of hands.
I'm just going to reminisce for a moment about all those fun times we shared with Handy Jim.
Good times.
Crazy
Hansie
times, good days.
You do find the thought of Hansie Jim with a smile coming across your face and the whole ridiculousness of this situation now. As the 6, 7, 8 of you carrying your rations and your stuff with you make your way out of the village of Barovia.
Is the dwarf coming with us?
Yes.
Okay, right. I thought he was going to split.
As you walk past,
It's awkward.
you can see the chapel. Father Donovan gives you just the smallest acknowledgement off, a little nod of his head, and then turns back. You can see from behind as he takes a big sigh and then walks into his church, or what's left of his chapel. The roads coming out of this side of the village, slightly better maintained than the other where you have been. Give me 2 seconds, sorry. Didn't mean to get my map.
It's going to taste so much better now.
The path starts to head south towards the tree line. You can see going into the trees the river. It's snaking its way through. The river, not exactly fast-moving torrent, but there is a small bridge over it with its icy clear blue waters. You head along this path now for... bear with me.
For 80 days.
And die of starvation.
Starvation.
Of dysentery.
You know.
Re-roll characters.
Great advantage, guys. I don't
Your
know.
ox has died.
The wolf has died.
You're walking along the road. It's still not in complete disrepair, but it's not great. You've gone over the river now, and the woods has become more built up. Not as thick as when it was when you first got in, but it is still now making everything seem a lot darker. Can everyone give me a perception, please?
21.
8.
20.
My passive seems to always be higher.
What did you get?
20.
Brilliant. So as you're travelling, what do you want your roles to be as you travel? So you can choose to have people who are looking out and actively looking for stuff.
Actively looking.
You can choose to have people who are foraging as you're going along near the roadside. You can have people to be map making, making sure you don't get lost. What do you want to be doing?
No, actually, I don't know.
Is there like a map making skill? Or?
No, it's just you can. Everyone can do it. You just
Red's actually going to probably be foraging,
Yeah.
picking stuff up as she goes, looking for stuff.
Yeah.
I'll keep guard.
Yeah. So you're on lookout.
Eric's flying, so I'm using him.
Ah, perfect. Yeah.
I'd probably be sort of scouting, I guess, ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping track of where we're going.
Yeah. So yeah, keeping pretty in-depth map. You can hear. No, who's on the floor? Those who are on the floor who were actively looking out. What did you roll?
11.
I'm foraging.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking out. Well, I rolled 2.
We're not great.
So you're on point.
I'm looking really hard.
It's misty. It's hard to see.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
I'm distracted by the dwarf. I'm convinced he's worked out where the money's gone.
As you're in point and the rest are kind of just in a gaggle behind you, this isn't militaristic marching down the road. It's wide enough that you can just kind of walk as a gaggle and chat amongst yourselves. You hear the sound of a horse riding quickly before you, coming towards you, sorry. You've probably not got very long to react. One turn, what do? You're the only one who think you just heard it.
Yeah, like, horse, get out the road.
It's my horsey.
Yeah?
And try and get everyone to move back off the... Is it a proper track that we're on?
Yeah.
Yeah. to get slightly into.
All jump off the road quickly. As you jump into sort of deep, well not deep, but muddy puddles, as you get soaked down to kind of the shin.
Shin for them.
Sprinting or galloping past you incredibly quickly. It takes a second for it to sink in. What you've just seen go past you, a full skeletal rider screams past, no noise, just. You've got 2 seconds to react.
What is it? A skeleton on a horse?
A skeletal horse
And a
with
skeleton.
rider on it. As you're all kind of just broken out of this daydream as you've just been walking for like 3 hours in mist, it just comes out of absolute nowhere.
So we got time to react.
Yep, what do you do?
Wolf, jump on it.
Yep, your wolf.
Knock
like,
it out the road.
Get a bone.
Yeah, just leap on it to knock it over. It's made of bones. It's not heavy.
The wolf's acting much more protective. It gets ready between you and it.
Dad.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I'm too shocked. I don't.
Yeah, I'd just be
hell?
like, what?
Is it coming straight for us?
It's coming
or is it just
straight down
going
the road.
Past?
It's hard to say.
I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Yeah. Gabriel?
Eldritch Blast.
When in doubt.
Give me a roll to hit, please. We're going for the horse or the rider?
I'm going for the rider.
Yeah, give me a roll to hit, please.
Being with crackling.
You're at
energy.
disadvantage because of it's
Going
happening so quick.
Okay.
As you invoke the spell, you've got half a second to get it before it is amongst you.
Be 12.
As you invoke out your hand,
Yeah.
just point your hand towards it as you feel this energy as it's a blur of movement. It doesn't veer towards you, it doesn't change its course, it just screams, as in speed, straight down the track.
I'm sure that's fine.
As your blast comes spinning out, you shoot where he was just a heartbeat before, and then you see in the distance the tree.
How far can we see around us with the fog?
Comfortable, well.
Yeah.
Have you got dark vision?
Yeah.
You can see slightly further. To see comfortably 100 foot is quite impressive. In this forest, as this trail kind of makes its way down, it's pretty straight-ish.
Has it carried on past us
It
now?
just keeps on going. You can
Ignore
hear it, and it doesn't stop, doesn't turn around, just keeps on going.
What was that?
Dead.
Yes.
That was a skeleton with a skeleton horse. That should not be alive.
That's what. I turn to the guy with us.
He looks as shocked as you. We should move.
And I missed.
That normal here? I don't know what's normal here anymore.
Ireena kind of takes charge for a second. No good can come from waiting here, we should move.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, keep moving.
Yeah.
You push on.
Still frightened.
Thanks for warning me, Eric.
You give me a d6.
D6.
I'm going to use your perception roll for your foraging.
3.
Ooh, you find enough rations for 3 people.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
She's gonna come back with just.
Really big
So
mushroom.
in total between you, you've got 9.5 days
Sweet.
ration, and that's after the
She's
full
gonna
day.
pack it away and.
How long is our journey supposed to take?
He's been
Our guy
really
should know.
indecisive and unclear about it.
Brilliant.
From,
sure that's
from
fine.
talking
Ireena
to
doesn't
him
know either?
and from talking to her,
Yeah.
neither of them have been there.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
The trees open up. A small hamlet.
We're heading to the Bastiani camp first, and then on the way to the fortified city, or the
No,
fortified
it's
city, then the-
fortified.
Fortified city, then the camp, then the chapel.
Then the abbey,
Okay.
and then the castle.
Okay.
Don't want to go there. I
Then
have a
the castle.
feeling we might end up going there.
The forest opens up a little bit. You can see maybe a small hamlet, a small manor house, that kind of thing. One larger house with a stable and what looks like a servant's quarters, perhaps. coming out of the mist towards you as you walk in. Everyone give me a perception, please.
12.
16.
15.
19.
Nice.
Actually paying attention now.
For once.
Yeah, you're like, no more skeletons.
Riding skeletons.
What did you get, sorry, Gabriel?
I got a grand total of 2.
So,
Because I'm arguing with Eric
Constance,
for not warning me about the skeleton.
you'll see it first. For sure. The house is probably nicer than Ireena's place from the outside. One, it's not been torn up.
Is it made of gingerbread?
Come in. The stable and the servants' quarters, not so nice. The path doesn't go straight through them, but it kind of comes close and then think like a long sort of driveway leading up to them. That's what you've got. You immediately, everyone else, you got a 16?
16, yeah.
You see them as well. Everyone else is kind of looking at the house going,
Nice.
but you two see coming down the path 2 children. One smaller, one slightly taller. The smaller one hugging onto the taller one. Their clothes are not like the ones you've seen. They're more in common with Ismark and Ireena as they kind of wave to you.
How far away are they?
To them now, I'm guessing once you saw the house came out of the mist, you kind of, it's maybe like 150 foot. As they beckon.
They're beckoning us.
I'm going to beckon them.
Yeah, they'll kind of trot over a bit, not too far from the house, constantly looking towards the forests. And they'll kind of meet you towards where you would think the middle of where you both were was.
Yeah, I'm going to step forward with hand on the wolf. But it's pushing him slightly back.
These are your people now, Ismark. As he... yes. Yes, sister. They will see that I am my father's son. And they can rely on me as they relied on him. And she smiles. Yes, of course. As he makes his way over. As you get closer to the children, one is in a very Varushkan-style coat, the smaller of the two. It's a small girl. The taller one is a young boy. The girl, you would guess, maybe 6 to 8. The boy, maybe about 12 years old, maybe 11, somewhere in that sort of age bracket. Their clothes, well made and well kept. Definitely on mark with kind of Ismark at that level of, from what you've seen. He wears purple, like surcoat kind of thing, and a cape with the hood up slightly. And the smaller of the two, hood up all the way, all purple with a trim to it. She's cuddling a small toy. Not the sort of toy that you had, the doll, but more of a cuddly, a bear with 2 very large eyes. But not a sinister bear at all. As in not sinister. As they kind of beckon you to come closer.
Have you seen...
You definitely would have seen by now.
Eric, go say hello. Eric goes, sits on one of the shoulders.
Yeah.
Hops over.
Yep.
I walk over. Hello, little ones. My eyes now are really kind of clean, crystal blue. Where are your parents?
As the smaller one kind of hides behind the bigger one. Fawn, shush, it'll be fine, Fawn. As the taller one looks up. My name is Rosalvada, but everyone calls me Rose. And this is my smaller sister, Fawnbolt. But everyone calls her Fawn.
Protect.
I smile. Nice to meet you, Rose and Fawn.
The smaller one kind of pokes her head out. There's a monster in our basement and it's trying to eat us while we sleep.
Brilliant.
Can you kill it, please?
Oh, we like monsters.
Monsters in basements is our specialty.
Jumps behind. Our little brother's somewhere in there.
And what is your little brother's name?
Good question.
I'll go with Brian.
Bear with me. Sorry.
Oh. It's a lot of dice.
Where could he be?
Yes, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9, 4. An interesting name.
Leaf.
Bush. I'm going with Bush.
Nah, Brian.
The baby. The taller one. Rose. His name is Walter.
Not Brian then.
What about your parents?
What away? Sorry.
And where are your parents?
Mr. Durst. He goes to the basement with his friends to fight the monster sometimes, but it's been very noisy recently, and we've not seen him or Mrs. Durst.
Are they not your
Is
parents?
that your parents?
Yes.
Oh.
They call them mum and dad.
Dust.
I mean,
They're-
they're also
They're
probably
Lord's
dead.
children.
The smaller one pops out.
That is very brave.
And then pops behind again.
How about you take us to your home? And then we can go see if we can find your parents.
In the basement.
You can carry
The
Eric if
monster.
you like. I said this to the tiniest one.
She is.
You're going to have to be strong though. Eric is very heavy for a raven.
She's more than happy as that lands on her, and she runs, kind of giggling in these kind of snow boot style shoes, barely bending her knees as she waddles.
I can just imagine the bird just.
I look to the Burgermeister.
Yeah.
I guess we have to help your people as well on our journey.
Thank you.
Say that in a very sarcastic tone.
We've got to help them.
Perhaps I shall keep my sister safe. Little girl, is this your servant quarters? Maybe myself and my sister shall wait there.
Okay.
Red puffs.
And Ireena looks to him with just like a satisfying nod of, well done, brother, well done.
Are we not going to check the servants' quarters
Yeah,
to
check
make
this.
sure
let's check the
they're
servants'
not
quarters
full
first,
of monsters?
Pretty run down,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like it's been used. Same with the stables. But it doesn't look like anyone has been in there for a long time,
Including monsters.
including monsters. You find no signs of footprints or foul play.
Sweet.
How long ago did your parents go down into the basement?
As she kind of starts counting on her fingers. The taller, the brother. The monster had been louder than normal, so Mr. Durst and Mrs. Durst and their friends went to quiet it a couple of nights ago. But since then it has been very noisy.
And what of your little brother Walter?
He too has been very noisy.
Where is he?
Is your little brother Walter the one in the basement?
They both look very confused with each other.
No.
No. Walter isn't a monster.
Where is Walter?
Maybe the nanny normally looks after him, but we've not seen her either.
She's probably in the basement.
So where have you two been?
When the monster is noisy, sometimes we are in the attic. the other. As Fawn is kind of like, we have a room upstairs, far away from monsters.
How have you managed to? Do you have enough supplies to survive?
You mean food? They're
Food.
kids. Talk to them like children.
Have you eaten?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
Yes.
You hear a sort of gurgle from Fawn's belly.
No.
Red asks Gabriel to ask them what kind of noises they're hearing. Because she doesn't want to prod them, she doesn't know them.
We hear it.
No, that's
That's their impression.
Rose.
Okay.
Before we go down, shall we check the rest of the house?
Yeah,
Don't
let's
want to
look
be
for
kicked
this
from behind.
nanny.
Yeah.
Tracking!
Do it once round.
Also, do we have like in their ration packs? Is it like sweet? It's almost
Biscuits, yeah, like lumbus bread kind of.
Did I find any berries or anything?
Oh yeah, no, you would have found some berries.
Ah,
for sure.
so-
Yeah.
No, they're one each.
One in. And then snatches them back.
Ireena looks to you. Children, why don't you come to the servant quarters with me and my brother?
Perfect.
Leaving to you.
before you go with your Burgermeister and his delightful sister.
When you say that, they both kind of look, and they both go. From people who have spent around Formal, trying to see children at Formal is either adorably cute or really weird. As she kind of stops for a second and then tries to curtsy to the right level, and gives a low bow.
Hang on, I pull out the book that I picked up in the girls' bedroom and start to like thumb through it. Can you give me any kind of? Do you know anything more about the monster? Do you know what it looks like, or do you know?
We've never seen it.
But it makes what sound did it make? And have you heard anything else about it? Okay, I flick through the book. Is it a picture book?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no helpful illustrations of with a speech bubble that says.
They both immediately are like eyes wide seeing
Yeah.
this book.
Okay. I hand it to Ireena, is that her name? And say, well, read them some stories, like keep them occupied.
She thanks you.
You have had a scan of that before, so you do remember a bit. Is that book, right? Before you hand over a book that you may want to read later.
I'm going to read it again later.
Falden, do you want me with you or make sure they're safe?
You can come with us, Father.
Yeah, you might be helpful.
You may be very useful being a dwarf, being inside a small,
really?
dark space.
A man of your skills, a dwarf of your skills.
And stature.
Sounds like a great idea.
As I twiddle my moustache.
Group
Fine.
intimidation.
Fine. He makes his way towards the house. You do the ones around the house?
Yeah, I'm going to do the once round.
There's only one way in, big front door. Convenient for me, isn't it? Windows all closed, curtains drawn, unfortunately, on the ground floor. It's quite grand. You would, from doing the once round it, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of windows going up, at least 2 chimneys, slightly rectangular. You would guess a building of this size, you're probably going to have the rooms sort of like bang, 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 like that. 3 main rooms, maybe. Then those 3 rooms split up slightly different, but that's the kind of layout that from you would grasp between you.
Right.
Basement time.
Well, we need to check out inside the house first. Basement, I think, can go last.
Yeah. Start on the ground floor.
Yeah.
And then maybe work our way up.
Yeah, work our way up and then work our way down.
Yeah, look for this nanny and their little baby. Brother Walter.
We find their brother first, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully find them.
I don't have much hope for their parents, I'm afraid.
Are you quite well?
Fine. Bored.
You're bored
Yeah, I want to go fight things in the basement.
in the house with the potentially monsters.
Yeah, the monsters are the interesting bit.
I just think it's the plumbing.
Okay.
That's fair.
Who's going
Eric does
first?
the same.
So here I do need to know how you travel, please.
How you what now?
Travelling through doors.
I'll go first with my shield.
I'm no longer on the wolf.
Yeah. Is
He's
Wolf coming
probably
in?
struggling to.
No.
Oh no, is it quite wide? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, but I'm not on him anymore.
Is it wide enough for two people side by side? Or?
Through the majority of the house, the door at the front, you could squeeze two side by side, but you'd probably rather go one at a time.
Okay.
So who's going first? Yep.
I'll go
Second.
Yeah.
Third.
I'd
I'm only little, so I'm gonna be right in the middle.
Yeah.
be right at the back, I'd imagine.
I'll go fourth.
Yeah. Dragging my heels.
Yep.
We'll go fourth.
Where's the dwarf?
Where do you want the dwarf to go?
Where's the door?
Yeah, don't go
First.
Where do you want Valden to go?
Not at the back.
I want him actually.
In
no,
front
I
of
will
me.
go fifth. He will go fourth. I need you to put. I'm going to put him in front of me after you've had him.
And then who's bringing up the rear?
Me. Looking for stuff to steal as we go.
You enter the house. Excuse me. This is the first door you've gone through, apart from Ireena's house, that doesn't squeak as you open it. All of you would notice this without a roll.
It doesn't squeak.
It does not squeak.
Oh my god.
As you make your way through the sort of front door, it's sticking out of the house, the kind of porch. Not a huge way, but enough for you to sort of have two people under it if it was raining. The sort of double doors open inwards, and you make your way into the sort of immediate foyer where you could leave or de-dress overcloaks and things like that. What is everyone's roles when you're exploring the house? Are some people trying to keep track of where you are? Is everyone on lookout? Are people on lookout for things that go bump in the night? Or are people on lookout for, ooh, this is interesting?
I'm on high alert.
Yep, so you're looking for, not for interesting things, but things that could be threats?
Yes.
Me and the wolf are on like tracking, picking up any marks, scuffles, smells.
Yep.
I'll be trying to look out for the kid, the boy. I'll be like kind of like as we go in, like kind of like saying, Walter.
Yeah, that's your
Walter,
priority.
Kind of like, yeah.
I'm looking for stuff to steal.
Yep, brilliant.
I'm looking for signs of life. So like using my hearing and stuff for like movement.
Nice.
I'm gonna have Eric on my shoulder as well, so it intensifies it.
Okay. After the small door, it opens up, double oak doors, solid built, to a much grander foyer. As you're welcomed in, there's a shield hanging on the wall with a coat of arms on it, which is a windmill on a red field, flanked and framed by various portraits. You can see two children, who you've definitely met.
Only two children.
Pardon?
Only two children.
And also a distinguished man, chin back, slightly thin in hair, but a very proud, elegant face to him. And quite an attractive lady as well on the other corner.
There's not a third child in that picture.
There is not a third child now.
Okay.
You would say, from looking at here, the children definitely looked a little bit older than they do here.
Okay. So they killed the baby, the little
Or
baby
maybe
up the
him.
road. May have not arrived yet.
The door from this room opens up. You've now got a room that goes the width of the house. It looks like a hunter's den. There are wolves' heads on the walls. Your wolf is like
Snarls. Yeah, Red's doing the same. She's got a hand gripping on the back of his neck.
And you can see up on the wall 2 cabinets. And in one of them is a small crossbow, and in the other, a heavy crossbow.
What kind of condition do these crossbows look like they're in?
Really good conditions.
Oh,
Fair play.
how getting
No kids here. Moving on.
Oh, sorry,
these
that's...
cabinets? How easy would they?
Sorry,
be
slight
to
mistake, slight
open?
mistake. The room that runs the width of the house opens up into the hunter's den.
Okay.
So this is a more general main entrance. Can everyone give me a perception who's just looking out in general?
19.
No.
2.
17.
+1, +3, so 7. God, my rolls have been rubbish.
You can see higher up in here, as a lot of you are sort of... So you've kind of come in this sort of side, you've got a room across the top, and then kind of a big archway door here with a hunter's den. You're immediately drawn to the hunter's den, where you can see these crossbows and other bits. You have a little bit more look in this room for threats. You can see at the far side a winding staircase going up, and as you look at the wall, higher up you can see they've used carvings. They look quite ornate and quite impressive. The rest of you think they're lovely. And as you look closer, you can see there's quite a lot of skull imagery in it. And as you get closer sooner, from your higher advantage point, you can see a snake carved in, winding its way through eye sockets and round the walls as well. At first glance, it looked incredibly well made, but there is definitely something more sinister to it.
No kid in this room.
Yeah, no kid in this room. Let's move on.
Yeah, Red's already out.
Hunter's Den?
Yeah.
Anyone doing anything in there?
How easy are those cabinets?
You have a look? You'd have to pick.
I can do that.
Yeah, give me a roll, please.
Is it just a D20?
Yes, please. Plus just your proficiency bonus. So just +2.
11.
You don't think you can get it?
I don't. No. Sigh.
Bowden cracks his knuckles. To the winner go the spoils. Fuck it. That was the nicer attempt. You're pretty sure you could smash it off if you wanted to.
No.
Kitty. Not Kitty, sorry. Justy.
Constance.
Constance, sorry.
Chelsea.
Chastity. That would be a better name. Constance. When you first looked into the hunter's room, you sort of then looked up to these things and then looked back into the hunter's room. Something's changed. You can't quite put your finger on it, but something's not the same.
I invoke my divine sense. So I grasp my warhammer and I clang it to my chest where the symbol is.
Yeah.
So until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. You're focusing on that. No, you can't pick up any undead.
No.
From here at the moment. Or celestial or fiend.
Something isn't quite right in here.
Nope.
I know that lot would be easier to pick.
Your wolf's trying to get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happy about the wolves on the wall.
Oh, yeah. How high up are they?
Pretty high. Give me a perception.
9.
Yeah, they're pretty high.
Yeah. It's too tall for me. Even standing on the wolf's back? Damn. Red's just there, like, if she had hackles, they'd be up. She's not happy.
I'd like to investigate the walls a little bit more, if possible. Go a bit closer to the walls. The
Walls.
wall with the
Yeah.
carvings and the
Yeah.
things. And do an investigation check.
Yeah, you can do.
16.
It's well made, it's well carved.
It is sinister.
Okay.
It is designed at first glance to look like nothing, but it is sinister in plain sight, for sure.
Would it remind me of the imagery of any other religion? Any other, like, worship of any other
Not from what
god?
you've seen so far. Maybe if you saw more of it, perhaps. So you've got the staircase going up, but you've got one more kind of third on this level going backwards.
Let's finish this floor first, I guess.
Yeah.
You make way through. There's a large dining room, big, long table. Multiple people could definitely eat in here, maybe 15, 20 people
Silverware?
at its best. It is out on display. You can see a small kitchen coming off it, and a fireplace which is unlit. You could hold banquets in here, but at the moment the table is only set for 8 people. So it could maybe hold 15 at most, you would say.
How many is it set up for?
8.
With a head and tail,
3 kids.
and then 3 either side.
9. That's 5.
They had friends with
Sometimes
them
they
as well.
have friends come over.
Yeah,
That
it's
went
a
down,
friends
didn't
went down
they?
to the basement. Yeah.
How many they said? What, 4?
They just said friends.
They didn't say the
Okay.
number. Should I?
You can see the kitchen just around the corner from it. Again, looks like it's been reasonably well used. Not for a little while. It's in goodish nick.
Is there anything on the pans or anything?
Pardon?
Is there anything in the pans?
Nothing's
Nothing's
cooking.
been cooking.
No. In here, there is also a dumbwaiter to go upstairs.
Go upstairs.
You could probably fit in the dumbwaiter.
Is it open?
It is indeed. And empty.
Let's put the whole thing in the dumbwaiter. Sorry.
Get it, Revan. Eric, get it now.
He gives you the head sideways for a second.
In. Now.
Gives the...
Eric gets in.
Yep.
I can see through its eyes with 100 feet in here.
Yeah, you can indeed.
Lift it up.
Winch it up.
Winch it up. What do I see through my Raven's eyes? I close my eyes for a second as I lean against the wall.
It opens into a double bedroom on the first floor that it's gone up. So you've gone up just one floor so far. You don't feel it will it go up another? Oh no, first of all it opens into a smaller bedroom.
Okay.
You can see a couple of straw stuffed mattresses. Both beds seem to be empty from him sitting in the dumbwaiter. He's not in a hurry to come out.
Get out the dumbwaiter going.
Yep, he does. He's in a small room. You would guess servants' quarters here.
Right.
Door is shut. The dumbwaiter does go up further.
Back in.
Yep.
Up again.
As he makes his way back up. Now it opens into a much grander room. But it is dusty, filled with cobwebs, and it looks old compared to everywhere else you've been so far. It looks like it's not been used for a long time. There's a padded chair, a double bed, embroidered curtains, a veil across the four-poster bed slightly, but it looks a bit tatty.
Is it open? The bed?
Yeah. You can see another portrait of the Mr. and Mrs. Durst, you would guess. This one has their names on it, Gustav and Elizabeth.
Is there anything else in this room?
There's an empty closet, which is empty.
Is there anything in the bed or under the bed?
Anything in the bed?
Or under the bed?
Not that you can see.
Okay. Get back in the dumbwaiter, dummy.
You can see a couple more furs in this room as well. And then the double doors coming into here are closed.
I'll tell Eric to get back in the dumb way.
Yep.
Does it go up any further? Is that it?
That's it.
Bring it back down.
Does it go down any?
Oh yeah, does it go down any?
No.
Cool. Basically,
Might
do
have
the
a
thing
different
to Eric when he's in the dumb way in the kitchen. Play my shoulder.
Yep. He hops back on. Little sigh of relief from him.
Was it?
Head back into the sort of main central room.
Yeah.
Stairs.
You can see the sort of eyes of Faldin sort of darting around looking for anything good to steal, but no one's seen anything good yet. He's interested in those crossbows. Perhaps we could...
No.
Even I'm
I'm
saying
out. No.
Are they in the hunting lodge?
Hmm?
Are they in the hunting lodge, the crossbows? Red's going to go back and smash it.
Give me another perception.
What? It's smashed what?
Go smash the cabinet. Is it in like a glass cabinet? Yeah, because we can see them.
Yeah.
Perception. 16.
You are 100% sure that the stuffed wolves' heads are not looking where they once were.
Yeah. She's going to ask you to pour one down.
So it's on like a kind of plaque, kind of that sort
She's
of thing.
going to say...
You probably could.
All right.
Yeah, no, you can do it. You don't need to roll.
Yeah.
Yep, you reach up. It's kind of nailed in, but a little bit of force. It comes off. Dust sort of comes down for a second. You pull down what is a stuffed wolf head.
Okay, I'm not going to put it back. I'm going to put it on. Is there a table there?
Yeah, for sure.
On the table.
Red's going to have a little look at it.
Looks like it was probably quite a large wolf at some point, but now is somebody's trophy.
She's going to communicate that image of the eye. Is it the eyes have moved? Yeah, that. All of them. All
Definitely
the wolves
this
on
one.
the. Definitely this one. Okay. this bastard in particular. His eyes moved.
There's definitely something strange in this room.
I'm going to smash that glass cabinet and get the crossbow.
Yep.
The situation now calls for
I
it.
think that is a fine idea. Good job.
You
Don't
invoke
roll
some
that
force. There is a light crossbow, a heavy crossbow, and 20 bolts.
Nice.
Is it a light crossbow as any light crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay, I've already got one of them. Anyone want a light crossbow?
Light crossbows you can use one-handed.
So I could have two.
Good indeed.
Yoink!
Heavy crossbow is a bit more heavy duty. I think
I can't
you
use a
can-
heavy.
I've got one.
Cleric.
I could take it, yeah. Heavy crossbow.
Share the bolts.
Yeah.
10 each.
The staircase.
It's
If you're finished here.
1d8 plus 4 is the damage on a normal crossbow, and I think it's
Is it plus 4? I've got plus 1.
Oh yeah, it goes off your stat.
So it goes off your
Dex?
Dex.
Dex.
That's why it's plus 1.
Okay.
So I've got
Plus
2
9.
light crossbows now.
yeah.
Dex plus proficiency then. I guess.
Yeah.
1d8 plus Dex.
Oh, plus your proficiency.
Plus your proficiency.
Oh, plus Dex plus
Yeah, double
proficiency.
check.
It is.
Okay, so it's plus 1, plus 2, plus 3.
Is that the same with melee weapons?
Yeah, by its strength, depending on if it's a finesse weapon. If it's a finesse,
Finesse weapons will be
you
dex.
use Dex
Yeah.
Oh, is it what? Plus proficiency on the.
on the damage as well as the attack.
Oh, okay. I've been misrolling.
You can see
That's
here
what I
the
used to just
staircase
the magicking everything.
goes up at least 2 floors. It doesn't go all the way to the. It's not a skylight, but you can see it goes up once and then straight again in the same place. Big circular jump.
Will I be able to see the carvings better if I go up the staircase?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's make our way up.
You get up.
Yeah.
Make a good
where
mental
was-
note
where
of them.
Where was the way down to the basement?
You've not found a way
I
yet.
found a way down there.
That's fine.
Have we only seen one side?
You have seen the entirety of the base floor.
The ground
Right.
floor.
The ground floor.
And we haven't found a way into the basement.
Nope. The layout of it is a bit awkward. The house. It's got little bits and other bits. As in, it's not like a 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah.
It is, the rooms are kind of offset a little bit.
So is there a chance that there's more of the ground floor that we haven't seen yet?
You don't think so?
Uh.
Spending 5 minutes just having a rummage around, you can. Oh, there's all these. This. Yeah, it's a bit creepy. Head upstairs.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go first to see if I can see like the carvings a bit closer.
We heard any banging or anything yet. We heard the noise of the
The
monster.
noisy monster.
Not even when we smashed the cabinet. We made a lot of noise there. I
No,
think.
nothing.
Ooh.
As you make your way up the stairs, you come into an equal-sized room as sort of like the width of the house in the middle. So you're probably going to have, again, similar set out, a set of rooms one side of it and a set of rooms the other side of it. This is a upper hall, you would call it, much bigger. Can everyone give me a perception? Who's on looking out, please?
21.
13 plus 1 plus 3, so
So everyone's level,
17.
please.
1.
21.
7.
14.
17.
I'm admiring the crossbow. It's like,
First thing you notice up here, this would probably be close to masterpiece level of art. This is very impressive. A large full-length portrait of the entire family. You can see Gustav, Mr. Durst, standing tall and proud, wearing clothes similar to what Rose was. You can see him cradling an infant child. You can see the other two children. And you can see the mother, Elizabeth Durst. Not quite looking as attractive as the previous one. Her face, maybe they've not caught it quite right, but she looks not particularly happy in this painting.
I think.
You would assume when this was painting, she's maybe given birth within months of this being painted. But the artist must have taken some artistic license and has painted her with a much nicer shape to her frame and body. You, while you're looking around, after coming up the spiral staircase, have a look above the doors, one to the south and two to the north, one main and one side. Both, so it's like a double door going north, double door going south, and then a single door here. You can see above the double doors there looks to be art that catches your eye. It's people playing with large dogs, maybe even wolves, as you're sort of drawn into it and have a look at it. But the children aren't playing with these wolves. It's not joyous expressions on their face, it is grimaces of pain. As you look closer, it's more wolves feasting on children.
Right.
They're not dancing, they're fighting. And they're fighting for their lives. So you have
Lovely decor.
a double door going south. There's a fireplace in here.
Not lit.
No, so you've not entered yet. You can also see
Sorry about that.
four
like it if you need
suits standing either side of the double doors of ceremonial plate armour.
I don't like that.
It's not wearable, but it's ceremonial armour.
Tap one.
You get up to it. It looks like it could do with a good polish, but it has been made just for show.
Double doors north.
Whatever.
Actually, where's the door that has the artwork on the top?
Straight across.
The
Straight
north.
across.
Oh,
Go that
suits of
one.
armour holding any weapons.
Yeah, but again, ceremonial crap. They're going to break, you would think, by looking at them. They're not. It's not used. You've been to some people's homes where you go around and they like display their old armour and it's impressive and their old swords. This is not that. This is. Which one are you going for? The double door north, double door south, or
North.
single door north?
The one
Single
with
door.
One with the
That
drawing.
was the
Okay.
double doors. No.
They're the double doors.
Yeah, go double door north.
Do it.
Hey kids, remember the kids in there. Fair though, if the baby's been left alone for 3 days.
You head to the north. The doors swing open easily as it's a large library with writing desk, two big, deep leather chairs, not next to each other but either side of this fireplace in the room. the bookcase goes round. You look in, and you can see some sheet music tumbles off the desk as you walk in. Maybe a breeze, maybe something else. Yeah, first in, what do you do?
Would this room be within the 60 feet?
You take a second. Nothing.
Just wondering if it was within the radius of the first one. Yeah.
You think it would have been? I'll let you concentrate again. You can do it. Yeah.
I just straight past the paladin and pick up the sheet music.
Yeah. It's a song. It's titled "A Song for Elizabeth." It's handwritten, partially burnt.
Burnt?
It's been partially burnt.
Is it playable?
Probably, yeah.
Start playing it. On the piano?
Not in here.
I've got panpipes. Do it.
Yeah.
Can you
can play it.
I've got panpipes. She can read.
Yeah. You have a little read of it and start learning it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll take you a few minutes, so we'll explore the room.
Yeah, she
check
understands
out,
the.
If there was a draft from somewhere, check out where is there an open window or like is there anything loose?
As you enter, you start to look round and just something catches your eye. A book on the. As you look closer. What was your name? Full name?
Jakul Velthorn.
And the title of the book is The Life of Jakul Velthorn.
This is fine.
I'll go to it. I'll take it. That's really
Yeah, you
weird.
would.
What is this?
It's like heavy leather, solid backed book. Do you open it?
Yeah.
Where? Start middle.
First page.
First page. It talks of your mother, your childhood, and it is accurate.
Oh boy.
Do you flick through?
Yeah, I'll flick through.
Yep. It tells the story of when you were a priest and a friend of yours who looked up to you and admired you, and then the rift that opened between you. But it was a rift that was needed to change you to become what you are now. Do you keep going?
Yep, you can keep going.
You get towards the back. As it says, Jakul pulled the book down from the shelf and slowly began to read the book, unaware of the creature that was watching him, unaware of the creature that was stalking him, unaware. And then it goes blank.
I'll slam the book closed and I'll start looking around. Anything there? No.
The rest of you basically see.
Red notices that and is like, question mark, what?
What's the rest of you doing in the room?
I'm still reading the sheet music and
You're learning it? Yep.
good book.
Yeah, what does that cover say to you? It says my name?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna start looking
Nope.
on the book.
Nope.
No, then I'm gonna start scouring the bookshelves to see whether any of our other names are on there.
I look for anything that has like what would be a foreign language book, basically.
So the library here, the room's nice. This is a well-off man, a well-educated man's room.
Oh, actually, no. I look for the most used book.
Where does the dust trail stop?
So there's quite a few books as you're looking across, being a learned man. So it's history, warfare, quite a few on alchemy, quite a lot of first editions on poetry and fiction. Can everyone give me a DC 13 perception, please?
What? A what?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 19
I shouldn't
plus
have told you the difficulty.
wisdom.
You're at disadvantage.
Oh.
All of us.
All of
Yeah,
us?
okay,
Just
not
you.
just me. I'm freaked out.
Oh,
I mean,
all of us or just
No, just
okay.
Mine's
Wait,
pretty
what was
rubbish
my-
anyway.
Well, I've passed of 18.
16 then.
12.
Not having a good roll day.
as you're rummaging, you find one of the more recent and move it. And as you move it, you hear it. And you can see there was a fake wall.
Cool. Is it a push or a pull? The fake wall.
So
No.
Straps
Slide.
you move it across. It opens into another library, nowhere near the size of the first one.
Perfect. These are where all the good books are. Come on, Eric.
As you're looking amongst the books here, they take a much darker turn.
Perfect.
There's a lot on occult, necromancy. You also find, if you'd be so kind to go on the bookcase, between the Guardian's big hardback and the black book there, yep. And there's a couple of scrolls which are in there as well.
Oh.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, look at
Dungeon Master, you're spoiling us.
Read it for the class.
Hey, I'll read it. I'm just going to read it.
You look towards the back of the room. Behind the sort of reading chair in here, you can see a skeletal boot sticking out from behind the leather-bound chair within this room, with leg attached to.
So did I read that at the book?
That was just on the side.
Right.
That was like on the desk.
And they were next to it, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. And I've seen the skeleton in the boot.
As in, so you've kind of come into the smaller room, a small chair, or sorry, leather-bound chair. Behind that is the body, and then in front of this chair, a small table with that on it.
Okay. I found a dead body.
What we turn around and see that
Is it a child?
Is it?
Is it a child?
No, it's
Push
not
my
a child.
way
I
in.
don't know if it's a child. What was I found this? And these.
What is this and these?
Is anyone looking at the body?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
go over to it.
You go to the bodies.
Yeah.
So
I'm still a bit freaked out, so I'll be in the back.
I want to know what this is. I'm more interested in that.
you get to the body. 3 darts to the chest seem to be what caused the death. It's long dead. Was not a skeleton when it got in here. It has fully decomposed in here. Poison from looking at the 3 darts. And you can then look around the room and find a small broken contraption where you believe they may have been fired from.
Right, everybody, watch out where you put your feet.
Booby traps.
What you pick up. It looks like there's a booby trap.
Can I use survival to look
Strahd
at traps?
killed it.
See if there's any traps in the room.
My most pathetic servant.
13.
You can't find any more, but from investigating the trap and how this one was sprung, I'll give you advantage for then looking. You know what you're looking for.
So I know what I'm looking for now.
Similar traps to this one.
Cool. I still got the sheet music in the
Are we,
hand as
are we
well.
rolling to see if we can...
Pardon?
Are we rolling for that advantage?
For looking for more traps?
Yeah.
You're going to give me a perception?
Yeah.
So just a normal perception for looking in here for more traps?
12.
Look at it.
Nope. You're carefully kind of poking around.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
But again, you've seen this trap. If there's another
it's
trap
like the
built
others.
similar to this, you know you can see how this one is sprung via floor plate. You investigated it, so I'll give you advantage for it.
What is the?
Would you let me to read
Letter,
it?
yeah.
Shall I read it to
Yes.
the class?
Yeah.
My most pathetic servant. I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortunes spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are, your dreadlord and master. Take a wild guess. Strahd.
Fuck this.
Bye.
Done. Let's go. Fuck it.
This place is messed up, but we still have a child to find.
I think the child's dead.
That's not it. The child has always been dead.
Also an altar, and we haven't found an altar yet. Nor a dungeon.
And there are still 2 kids, living ones.
Yeah, living in this house. Oh, and I also found these scrolls are very easy spells to cast.
What are they?
Well, this one's a spiritual weapon. This one protects you from poison, and this one gives you false life. This one's necromancy. It's a fun one.
Cool.
You kind of do it to yourself. You get some extra vigor that you wouldn't have usually.
We got some spoils. Let's go.
Ignore the dwarf.
No, I think we still need to look around. I still want to find that child, and I want to find out what happened to the parents. I can't let those kids down.
The dad is an acolyte, by the sounds of it, to a Dark Lord, which is always fun. Why am I here? Goddamn dreams.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Dreams.
Dreams. Yeah, dreams.
Yeah, okay, but what do you mean?
I had a dream about a thorn bush, a rosy thorn bush, and there was something inside it. And Eric wanted me to take the thorn bush / rose bush. I met 2 kids, one called Rose, one called Thorn, and now
you're here.
Now I'm here.
That doesn't sound like a coincidence. Where do these visions come from?
A friend. Or an acquaintance.
A friend. A god.
A god.
What kind of god?
The Raven Queen.
You would have heard of the Raven Queen?
Yeah.
Definitely. Give me a knowledge. Anything you want to think you've got? Any skills?
Religion?
Religion? Religion, I guess.
19.
5. I did not do well in those classes.
He's got a Raven. Raven Queen makes perfect sense. How did I not work this out soon? And what were the other rolls?
19.
7.
7. You would know it is a semi-forbidden in some places power which can grant power to warlocks.
Inherently evil or
Lawfully neutral.
Okay.
Not inherently evil, but definitely has an agenda.
Okay.
19. You would know. So the Raven Queen fate is very closely tied with the Raven Queen, very closely, and the Raven Queen's well known for not liking people who cheat fate, or from. I'm trying to make it more personal about you, and try and bend the rules of what she is saying the way it should be. You know the Upside Down from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
And where she is.
You would know the Raven Queen is the Queen of the Shadowlands.
Right, okay.
So the Upside Down.
Yeah.
So a plane that mimics our plane, she is big boy power there.
Well.
What would you like to do? They've all kind of been chatting.
They're all chatting magic and stupid magic.
So
I'm going to carry on.
You've got a smaller door or a bigger door?
Me and Pops are going to go through the slightly smaller door.
Yep. As you get to it, you hear the sound of human, male, Please, mistress, no. I'll do better next time, I promise. And then you hear her.
She looks at the others and just goes...
You're towards the door.
She's going to shout.
Yeah?
Just a noise, just like a noise. Yeah. Just a noise, and look at them and just go...
Yeah, you guys kind of get beckoned out the library.
I'm putting my book in my bag.
No, you wait and have a look through the books.
Yeah, when she sees you coming, she's like... Noise.
You can't hear anything. Open the door.
I put my ear against the door. No.
Nothing.
She mimics what she had. Please, mistress. And then
Yeah. You enter into a servant's quarters, 2 straw beds. No signs of life at all.
I'm just gonna look at you like.
This is a bed. This is what you sleep on. This is another bed. This is what you sleep on if you don't want to sleep on the first bed. Is there anything else?
You can see the dumbwaiter in here as well.
she's going to go jump into the dumbwaiter. Fuck this. She's going to go in. She's going to go...
What about Papa Wolf?
The dumbwaiter's at the bottom. You'll have to...
Oh, yeah. Can I just, stump it down to make it... Is it to go down?
Yeah, you're going to try and get it. Yeah, you can do it from inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just see this little druid.
She's so angry.
She's a confused wolf just standing there like...
No, the wolf knows he'd stay there.
Going down or going up?
Oh, wait, we've been down. Are we up one? Let's go up one.
Yeah, don't way around. Brilliant.
Off you go.
No, right, I'm going to try and get upstairs as fast as possible.
Well, she's going to so when the top starts to appear, she'll only go to about here, so she can see.
Okay. I am not comfortable leaving this very small thing.
You run up the stairs?
Yeah. Or cautiously running up the stairs.
Yeah. Safe distance.
Is that the same spiral stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've left one room on.
Who else is going upstairs? You're in the secret library still? Give me an arcane check.
What?
Give me an arcane check.
Crit.
As you're flicking through this is just peddler shit.
Yeah.
There's no arcane here.
Okay.
There's nothing. This is just garbage. All of it. It's just hearsay, rumours. It's basically the children's book.
Yeah.
There's no power here at all.
No.
And it is just like to summon the Dark Lord of Agamon, it is like proper,
Light a bright candle.
like
Ooga booga.
ridiculous.
Ooh.
Like for someone who dabbles in dark arts
Turn your socks
or
inside out.
questionable arts, this is
Throw a lemon over your left shoulder.
yeah, and it's
Under
stuff
the
like
full
that.
moon.
It is stuff that you know is completely factual, untrue. There's nothing of worth it.
Sounds like a right laugh.
At least. What's going on? Where's the
You
little one?
you go bounding up the stairs. You would make it to the master's bedroom first. You
And again, just...
poke your head in. Bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry.
That's what happens when you make a change, when you make a halfling angry. They just go storming off.
As you enter, you would have heard what Gabriel said about this room. I'm guessing you told them what you saw.
Yeah.
As you look around, you see this large bed, this painting of just the couple, the 2 chairs, the small bedside table, the wardrobe, gently swinging, hanging, slowly turns around towards you. You see the face of the paintings that you've seen. As it slowly just seems to be rotating towards you. The whole body swinging from this noose over the...
Is it the man or the woman?
The man. No longer looks quite so proud or quite so strong. It's your little head. You go down as it continues to slowly rotate.
Yeah.
Start going down.
Yeah.
As you start to go down, just as he's going out of eyesight, you see.
Let go of the rope.
You go running upstairs.
Yeah.
Give me an initiative, please.
14.
You go.
Wait. Do I add anything to that?
Dex,
13.
just Dex. And who else is second running up the stairs?
I'll go up, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sort
You're
of.
making your way.
I'm going my way down, but if I can hear her crashing in.
Yeah, you-
8.
Can you go up?
Yeah, I would have followed
You'll probably
begrudgingly.
be like 2 rounds behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14.
Do you want me to roll?
Okay.
Or do you want me to wait?
Yes, please. But you'll hear it, so you'll go in order. And as well, do you want to just say we've got everyone in order?
22.
17.
It's one fast halfling.
You're good with a lift.
Oh yeah, strong.
What did you get, sorry, Catherine?
14.
Sorry.
And Matt?
8.
Okay, you run up to the top floor. Instead of it being like this big central hallway that you've seen on the bottom 2 layers, it is more square. You can see a double door round to the north, a wall cutting it in half, a single door to the left. No real kind of art to speak of. A couple of oil lamps in here, and another 2 suits of those armour that you've seen already downstairs. What do you do? From where the dumbwaiter was, it would be round to the north.
Okay. Cool.
So to a right as you come up the stairs.
Okay.
Head round.
Where are the suits of armour?
So where this new wall is, they both stand in that. So instead of the hall going right the way across the building, so they're kind of halfway. You would have to run relatively close to them to get to the double door.
I am going to smash the shit out of them as I go past.
Yeah. So you go running, sword out.
I don't fucking trust these things.
No.
I've played enough of these games.
Give me a roll to
I've
hit.
played these games too many times.
Give me a roll to hit.
Oh no, I critically failed. I did. Oh no.
So on the stairs, this is the situation. You're at the top.
Yeah.
You're behind. And you're behind that, just for the initiative, because of the way you're running.
glad you guys
Johnny,
are
you're
hitting
coming running out. You go to swing at it.
Yeah.
They both got these dodgy-looking sort of bastard swords, the style, and the shield with the not quite as nice crest on it. As you go, just to knock the head off. What's your AC?
19.
You're totally caught unaware by the first blow as it comes just colliding for your head, and you take 10 points of damage as it just catches you clean across the face. Catherine, you would see it. Only one has awoken. It did attack you twice as well, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I am going to firebolt the one that's moving, or the one that moved.
Yeah.
Range spell attack. Yeah.
Give me a roll to hit, please. How do you do your spell?
A huge amount of spinning and somewhat wild, mad screaming. It's beautiful to watch.
Give me a d20 first.
Crit.
That's the second time you've done that. First spell, crit.
Okay, give me some damage.
Fireball.
bloody
On a
damage.
hit, the target takes 1d10.
So you roll that twice.
Was that your wild magic roll, or was that your?
Oh yes, do you want me to roll?
Yeah, do a wild magic as well.
Get the list going to be crit.
Nah, it's 15.
Is it only if you get a
One. Unless I use my special ability, then it can be on anything. Was that 10? Yes. So 2 of these. Be better, be better. 3 whole points of damage.
Plus anything? Plus your spell?
No, it's for the attack, but not for the. No.
Jump, but due to your kind of wild nature, where your magic comes from, instinctively just as fire slams into its head, as it just comes back towards you. Yes, please. What would you like to do? You'll go.
I will attempt to smash it with my warhammer, the one that's moving.
Come on. Don't be shit.
Give me a roll to hit. What do you get?
Oh, one again.
And that's the one. Caught complete unawares as you were just expecting to kind of run past it and knock the head off. As it then smashes you across the head and you go into your training and bring your shield up and block its second blow, you're like, put all of your weight behind it.
Yeah.
It moves unnaturally. It doesn't. You're thinking this is someone in armour. Give me a dexterity save, please.
Lord. 12.
And give me an acrobatics check, please.
God. 5.
As you go to hit its head off again, it ducks low and steps up into you with the shield and takes your weight as your feet are off, takes 2 steps forwards as you know what's coming and just throws you as you fall down the stairs, bouncing as you do for 9 points of damage.
I'm just going to watch you go.
It's now in front of you.
Damn.
When's it Jackal's turn?
Yeah.
I'm right behind her.
Yeah,
There's a
cool
big knight just roll past me.
You'll go, yeah, literally, you'll just see the half-orc bounce, sort of this spiral, gets straight down the middle, hits her head on a couple of steps. Yeah.
So is it me or Decor
It's me.
You.
Okay. Right, I'll rush forward and try and get past the tiefling to try and put myself in between and
Yeah, you can get in.
plug it
You plug the gap so it can't close the distance.
and try and...
Give me a roll to hit, please. What weapon are you using?
It's a mace.
Yeah, nice.
11.
Miss. You come in. You hit its joint, just on the knee. Your mace, trying to slow it down slightly. Doesn't seem to have had any effect. Red.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound of combat.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this hush shout, and then what do you shout as you tumble down the stairs?
A string of fleeted.
as it kind of goes past the floor that you're on.
Would not like to be
Kind of past the floor that you're on, down to the ground floor. What do you do?
Am I still in the dumbwaiter?
You've just got out of the dumbwaiter.
So I'm on the ground floor again.
You're on. You can be on the first floor or the ground floor. Which one do you?
I'll be on first floor.
Back to the ground.
Yeah. With an acrobatic. What was your acrobatics 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ground floor.
Yeah.
One ticket to the ground floor. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so first floor.
First floor.
I guess I'm gonna go towards the noise.
Yeah.
Call for the wolf as I
Come
do.
running out the wolf is there waiting for you, looking worried. As it runs by your flank, as you run round into the sort of main hallway.
Yeah.
You can see them sort of on the spiral staircase, but you can't see what they're facing.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards them.
Yeah, you can do double move, so you just try and close the distance, get to the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sort of in. You can see 4 suits of armour in here, and this spiral staircase going up. You can see running past you, Red with the wolf running full pelt towards the staircase. You see this half orc.
I miss hands
I
on
had-
him right now.
I head towards where the commotion's coming from.
Yeah, start making your way up.
Yeah.
Yep, you run up. You can do one movement to get to sort of the stairs. You were slightly ahead. You can see it at the top of the stairs. It would be a harder shot from your current location, or you can move again to get into a better place.
I will see what's going on and cast a mirror image on myself.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, there's 3 of me. There's now 4 of me.
How do you invoke it?
I would basically say something in Abyssal. It's VNS, so that's voice and
Symbol.
Voice
Symbol.
and
Yeah.
something.
yeah, basically voice and symbol. And just basically kind of do like a slight spin on the hill and 4 of me come out.
You pirouette and turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a twirl.
Wonder Woman.
A much calmer version of what I do.
Oh, it's me. What's your armor class, please?
16.
Give me a dexterity save, please.
No. You're going downstairs.
10.
Give me an acrobatics check, please.
You're going downstairs.
At least it's soft down
6.
As you step in and put this blow in to its knee, trying to disable it, it comes round with a bastard sword and comes in high. As you bring your mace up, you stop it. As it tries to push down and push through your guard, it can't. So it brings the shield back and just extends and punches straight through your face.
Straight through.
Through the face.
Literally, it doesn't stop at your face, and it half punch, half pushes you. As again, you go stumbling straight down the middle of this staircase, bouncing a few times. You can hear him coming. You've got the choice to try and soften his fall, or to get out of the way of him. Which would you prefer to do, boss?
I am big and I'm heavy.
You're bigger than me as well, aren't you? I will get out of the way. I'm sorry.
It's only 7 points of damage that you take. Yep, you roll out of the way.
Okay,
You can see it. You can see it coming a mile away. There's no roll. Your turn, Catherine. So again, you are the one in front of it now.
This is fine.
As its head turns back towards you.
We're going to try a new spell. We're going to try Mind Spike.
Yep.
Yeah. Target must pass a Wisdom saving throw.
Is that a psychic attack?
It is, yeah.
You try and find something to focus on.
Oh no.
Some essence, some psyche within there. As your spell, you invoke it. Just fizzles out. You can't find anything to lock onto.
Boo. Is that my turn, or can I do? Oh.
That's your action. You've got a movement.
I'm just gonna take a step to the.
Step backwards, Red will say. Step a few feet
Just a little bit backwards.
Oh no, it's throwing me down the stairs as well. Step to the side, let people through. Step backwards.
No, I'm going to go sideways because I'm not smart.
You're up.
Well, I certainly am not up. I am down. I am going to attempt to go back up the stairs.
Yeah. So you can either go hell for leather and run,
Yeah.
and I'll let you do a roll. And if you roll well, you'll make it. If you roll bad things may happen.
Yeah, I don't trust myself after the last health leather. I think I am slow and steady.
Yeah, slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race.
You watch your foot in, you get up there and get into a position so next round you'll be ready.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Unless you want to cast a spell.
Okay.
So you could use...
Oh, with my channel divinities, because I've got 2 now that I'm level 3.
Okay.
Can I use them both, or can I only use one or the other with...
Oh, is that when you burn a spell?
I don't know with channel
Channel
divinity.
Divinity, I think you get a certain number of uses out of, like, you can use Channel Divinity a certain
I'm not
amount of
sure.
time.
You'll have to double check, sorry. I don't know the new Paladin very well.
Paladin.
Well, regardless, I will cast, if I can see it, yeah.
Yep, you can see it.
Abjure enemy.
Oh, what does that do?
As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer of denunciation. Choose one creature within 60 feet that you can see. That creature must make a wisdom saving throw unless it is immune to being frightened.
It is indeed, I'm afraid.
Ah.
Yep, you again. Has no effect on it. Cool. You're awake at the bottom of the stairs. What would you like to do, sir?
Can I? Is the armor right at the top of the stairs? Is it like hollow through the middle of the stairs?
It is indeed.
Can I see it?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You'd have to be at least on the first floor and then kind of to the side.
Okay, I'll start making my way up the stairs.
Are you going hell for leather or just a sensible speed?
Sensible speed.
Yep.
And I can reach the paladin.
You can indeed.
She looks a bit worse for wear. As I'll come up, I'll kind of like wave my hand and kind of pat her on the back and mutter in some divine words and kind of pour in some healing into her.
Nice. Yeah, give me a roll.
Oh, sorry, it's a 1d8. 8 plus what? Spellcasting modifier, so 10.
Nice.
Is that on me?
10 health. Yeah.
Thank you.
You invoke from your gods. You feel really connected, like you were in the outside. And then, as you're kind of shocked, as you look over, you see a pair of spectral hands kind of bringing the wound to a close, and spectrally, as it just then heals the big cut, as you kind of...
That's unusual.
Red.
Are there any candles nearby?
Yes.
On the wall. I'm going to grab one off the wall.
Oh, there's oil lanterns, sorry.
Okay, I'm going to grab one of those. I've got my metal. I'm going to cast heat metal on the closest knight.
Yeah, the one at the top. There's only one which is active.
Okay, so that one. So that
Yeah.
one then. So that is. Oh god, where's it gone?
Is it
Heat
touch to do it, or is it just range?
No, it's range. So I've got my piece of iron. I've got my flame. I'm going to put the flame against the iron. I'm going to mutter some, again, words in lots of different dialects. Can I borrow another d6?
Does he get a save or
Any
not?
creature in. Nope. Until the spell ends, I can use a bonus action on each of my turns to cause damage again. It's 2d8. No, sorry, 2d8. Not 6. Choose a manufactured metal
So it's
object.
a normal action to cast it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then a bonus each turn.
So, oh god. 7 and 8.
15.
So 15 on the armour. So the armour's pretty damn hot.
You can see it getting red hot and beginning to the material it's made of beginning to melt.
Yeah, I'm going to maintain concentration on that.
Yeah, of course. You see the little halfling just grab off one of the things, the lanterns from the side, brings out these iron pincers that you're pretty sure you did see in Ireena's house.
Yeah.
And then the suit of armour instantly glows red hot.
Does it start whistling?
Seems like it's made it even worse to fight.
Now it's hot as well.
Now all it needs to do is hug.
I'm helping!
Literally just put my hand out, speaking abyssal, just fucking Eldritch blast. Straight at the one that's on, like, that's the one that's glowing.
When
Yep.
in doubt,
But when,
Top of the stairs.
when it happens, all four of me do it.
Nice. Yeah, give me a roll to hit, please, sir. The staircase is pretty fill up now.
Plus 5, isn't it? 19
That's a hit. Give me some damage.
is 1d10 force damage. It's a d10, isn't it? It takes 7 points of damage.
Nice. Again, you invoke it straight in its chest as they knocks a small hole in it. You can see straight the way through the middle of it now.
Sorry.
As again, you can see the metal dripping in. Oh, it's my turn. So who's in front of it? No.
Oh, I took a
Yeah,
step. But,
You both hit it, didn't you? No, only you hit it.
I
It's
tried
going to
to
go for you.
failed.
What is your AC?
My AC is 13, but I have got the mirror image.
Oh,
so-
yeah. So first attack comes in, Give me. So I roll a d20, is it?
Free illusion of yourself appear in the space until the spell ends. The duplicates move and mimic your actions, shifting position impossible. Each time a creature you with an attack during the spell duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead. Well, you missed anyway.
Okay. Is it not a roll to see which one I'm attacking first?
Oh, if you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack. No, I've got to roll that.
Oh, okay.
And then my duplicates have a dexterity, an AC that's equal to mine. So,
okay.
So I've got to roll. So if it's over 6, you hit the duplicate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We target the duplicate.
Yeah. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 or higher. 4. No, you can hit me.
Yay! What's your AC with the first attack? He's missed anyway. Second
13.
one is a duplicate, and he hits. So he slices. He goes for you first with a slice, misses, and then does another slice for one of the duplicates as his sword shimmers,
destroys it.
Catherine.
It's time for my trusty witch bolt.
Yep.
Yep.
It's not looking healthy.
Just as an aside, when Catherine cast a second level one and it didn't work, is that spell slot?
That's a second level spell slot gone. Yeah.
But that's that spell slot used
For today.
even okay.
Yeah, even if it fizzles.
Yeah.
Sigh.
It's not looking healthy.
Witch bolt. So roll to hit.
Yep.
That's my sorry, I always get one spell attack 5. 9 plus 5, 14.
Miss.
Curses.
You invoke this magic and it just tings off his armour.
I'm not doing well today with the whole magic thing.
Const. You're up.
I'm going to cast Bane on the suit of armour. On the other suit of armour.
It's, yeah, the one which hasn't woken up?
Yeah.
This one is dripping, hole-ridden, not looking particularly healthy.
Exactly.
And everyone looks fresh.
Is that first action? Alright, I'll throw a javelin at it.
Nice. Give me a roll
Still
to
have
hit.
2. 19.
That's a hit.
Plus 5, so.
Give me some damage. I think it's
D6.
D6.
10.
Jesus. You see it melting, this sword and shield on it. As you draw back, so it goes straight through the visored helmet and pins that to the wall as the body slowly drips and melts into a pool of iron on the floor.
Cool. Red looks mightily pleased. Just.
I high five myself.
And then she's now going to say, "Can you come to the big bedroom?"
Is there another suit of armour in the way?
There is one close by. Yep.
Did it only attack because you attacked it?
Why doesn't somebody walk up to it and see what happens? Any volunteers? Anyone?
I'll go forward.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting anyone to volunteer, but there you go.
Mate, where's the armour?
Yeah, I'll go past it.
Yep, nothing happens.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, cool. So Red patters forward.
Sorry. That was my bad. Can I get my javelin back?
Yeah.
Red patters forward to the bedroom and shows you the image of the hanging body with the eyes
when you
opening.
get your javelin back, the sword and shield on this one, are the only ones that you've seen are real. So the other weapons are all ceremonial crap. This is a usable bastard sword and a usable shield.
Oh wow.
Anyone want a sword and shield?
We can collect them for now.
Start to collect.
We could open a shop when all this is over.
Well, it seems like it would be useful for our travelling company.
Open the double door to the master room. As you are all prepared. As you open the door, you see exactly what you saw first time.
Yeah.
Large double room, big four-poster bed, a small chair and table, where you saw the master of the house hanging.
Oh, now I look like a goddamn liar.
Twice.
Again. She goes like frustrated.
Oh, it's okay. It's indoors. We're all okay. We'll be fine.
I opened the wardrobe.
The empty wardrobe.
It's
that's
empty,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure it's empty.
Empty wardrobe.
It's the empty wardrobe that we now know is empty.
There are a number of single rooms on this floor.
Work our way through them one
Work
by
away
one.
from, and then we got to find this goddamn cellar / dungeon / altar.
So the first one just opposite this, or near this double door, we'll call it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice bathroom. Looks like the plumbing has dried up quite a while ago, you would think. Doesn't seem to have worked for none of you being plumbers, but
Actually,
from having a look at it,
dramatic backstory.
Once a plumber.
doesn't look like. But we're talking years, not months. We're talking years.
They said that they were up here, and this is where they hid.
No, they lived in the attic.
Yeah, this is the attic, isn't it?
Opposite the stairs is a small storage room with a couple of brooms and other bits and bobs in it, but nothing of interest really. And then you have another door coming off that, so towards the south. Who's going first?
I'll go first. How long has it been? Because my spell lasts for up to a minute.
It's probably about a minute, yeah. Because
Cool.
you're kind of, we're not on sort of battle timer. You're kind of looking around. I'm not gonna. So again, you've still got kind of like that thirds of the house. So the bottom third here.
We missed one of the rooms in the middle,
We did.
and then
Yeah, there's
The
one.
other double room.
There's on the middle floor, the south big room you've not been into through the double door, and the south of this floor as well.
Let's go to the south of this floor and then we'll go back down.
yeah,
You, sorry, bear with me. Let me go in my notes. Open the door. You see a double room, but nowhere near as nice as the master that you've just been in. A double bed in here. As you enter, you've kind of got like the wall here is much thicker. It's not how you've seen the others. So you go forward slightly. The room is much plainer. Small bedside cabinet, table, painting of it, or painting stood on it of Mr. Durst. As you come in and see to the left, you can see a crib with a bundle of wraps in it, shaped like a baby, all wrapped around a child. But that's not what first takes your eye. As you look up, and you can hear humming quietly a similar tune to a nursery rhyme you're sure you've heard before, but you can't remember the words to. Standing with her back, but as you look straight through her, into the crib, the translucent figure. Looking over as you enter, this ghostly face just turns round. He's asleep. And then turns back.
Do I recognise the face?
No. It's quite an attractive, younger woman. Similarities perhaps between Mrs. Durst, but not Mrs. Durst for sure. From what you've seen of the paintings, tall, slim.
That'll be the other one.
What you say? What do you do?
Nanny! I'm going to lose my mind in this place.
Oh, shh yourself.
Red goes patting up. She's quiet. Looks.
Again, you can
Looks
hear her
in the
still
crib.
humming this. And she's just kind of idly looking over the child. You can see a mirror near the bed. Quite a large, tall mirror.
I'm
walking
gonna.
quietly.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're walking
peer-
quietly.
not
Give me
go
a stealth
too-
to see how quiet you are, everyone who's going in.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Stealth.
I'm going in.
Oh, stealth.
17.
3. I trip over my tail as I walk in.
I can re-roll that because I'm lucky.
Better than me.
I got 1 that I can re-roll it. Perfect, 20.
120.
You put your foot slightly forward. At the last second, choose not to stand on the board you were just about to as you walk into
God
the
bless
room.
being a ghost wise.
Yeah, you can go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of walk up.
Yeah,
Not-
all of you are in slight awe of how quiet this little half-named druid Red is at the moment as she pitter-patters in across the floor.
Yeah, like just watching the ghost, not getting too close, but putting myself sort of
It's
in the corner of its vision, but staying quite far away.
look of innocence, look of pride, and just looking over the child. And then look into the bed and occasionally to the mirror.
Am I able to see inside the crib?
You can indeed.
What's in the crib?
Blankets wrapped
Just
tightly
blankets.
around the shape of a baby.
Is it? I'm guessing it is not a living baby.
Are you going to maneuver it so you can see?
I'm going to go a bit closer. Yeah.
Yep. You'd have to kind of roll it. So it's like full mummy wrapped.
Oh, like swaddled. Yeah. I don't feel like touching it's a good idea.
She kind of looks round and tilts her head slightly to the side with a smile. So beautiful. And then she tips it, turns all the way around, and you can see on the other side of her face she's pretty horrendously scarred. You can see puncture marks on her neck coming down this side.
As in like tooth marks? Or
Mm,
more like someone stabbed her in the neck?
Stabbed in the neck.
Right, gotcha.
That, like a stiletto blade, so a...
Like a quite an elegant one?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay,
For sure.
gotcha.
Gonna do anything with the baby? Anyone else want to do anything?
I do.
I am not good at stealth.
I also...
So I have not moved.
You're just like...
I have a.
Just give me a stealth roll to see how quiet you are.
Breathing.
You probably did better than mine compared to doing what I got.
13.
No, you did better than me.
You are. You're like...
I failed my stealth massively, so I think I've like literally tripped over my own tail in the
What
doorway.
did you roll?
3.
You're noisy. You're not, because you're not actually trying to sneak, you're just trying to be quiet. Yes. But you are you're aware of the noise you're making in here, for sure.
We need to sneeze.
I'm going to use my Mask of Many Faces ability and resemble Gustav from all the drawings and paintings.
Give me a D20 plus... I'll give you advantage on it. Give me 2 D20s.
Would it be deception as well? So +5. Crit.
That was a 1 and a 20.
I'm a merciful Jew. We shall go with the 1. Oh, sorry, did I say advantage? It's advantage. Yeah, you invoke it. She's got a picture of him on her nightstand, basically, and you've seen lots of paintings of this guy, and you make yourself. You've seen the poise, you've seen the way he stands as she sees you. A swallow, half a smile, as she kind of looks over your shoulder to see if you're alone. And then the smile changes to something much more primal. As her eyes no longer stay on yours, but slowly go down your body and linger on certain areas of your body.
We're still here.
This was not a one-sided relationship.
No.
At all. You would grasp from this instantly. He did not force himself upon her. She is clearly extremely attracted to this man. As you find the way she's looking at you, there's like a rawness to it, a need for you.
I give the priest a wink.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna put a hand in the crib and try and
You pull it back.
Yeah. pull
And
it
as
back.
you do, as soon as you touch it, it just...
She's gonna go.
She's not noticed at all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sneak around.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Can I look at the mirror?
Yeah.
You look in the mirror. Yeah, give me a perception.
Be good. Perception, my turn. 1.
Critical 20.
Oh my god, we're doing so good! So bad! Some of the answers of the options.
It's 20s or 1s.
What is with these dice?
Just accidentally mistaken our dice for coins.
I mean, mine was a 2 with a -1
20
on it. It
or
wasn't
what?
a natural
You look
one.
to the mirror and you see standing there this proud, all silver, masculine, handsome. Oh, it's me, yes.
I'll check them out. Yeah.
But then you don't see the ghost in the mirror. But then when you look in the mirror to this thicker wall, you can see that the wall is ajar. But then when you look to the wall itself, you can see it is shut. You can see near the wall a small panel that has been pushed in. Almost invisible. When you're looking at the wall, you can't see it. But when you're looking in the mirror and then look at the wall again, you can pinpoint where you think the burn is.
Okay.
Nice mirror.
I whisper it out to everyone.
I go to the ghost.
Yeah.
My love, let the boy rest.
Pardon?
Let the child rest. Come, let's go have dinner.
He has your eyes.
I know. He's mine. Leave this room. Let me look over the child. Give her a wee kiss on the cheek.
She, as you do, she kind of takes it and looks towards you and smiles. Anything for you. As she starts to walk out the door. As you see her walk out the door, every step she takes, she kind of looks over her shoulder towards you. Take care of my child. As she takes one step, another, as you see her slowly starting to dissipate until she's just nothing left of her.
Red's gonna look at you like.
Beard's a bit longer, eyes have gone blue, and I've gone to about 5'6".
Just before you change, you hear, from now after hearing her voice in this room, you just hear her voice. No one else in the room does it, just saying, I love you.
Oh.
Just as she.
What's that?
Yeah. Red's against the wall, just looking at you like.
I look at you and just do a load of sparks start showering from my hand. I just go magic.
Is that prestidigitation?
Yeah, I don't know how to spell it, so.
I thought that may be the case.
It's getting a bit on.
You might need to call time.
We've got one last room. We'll do this next last little bit. If you're gonna, are you gonna open the door?
Well, we will, but
Like, trust me, 30 seconds.
okay. I will go and push the button now. So.
Yep. As you hear a clickety clock, click, 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 as it opens a staircase going up, which was built into the wall. You make your way up.
Sure.
Well, there's the attic.
Oh, sweet.
Oh wow. Where was the basement then?
Oh, we'll find out later.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
I love that phrase.
Ooh, we'll get to it.
You make your way upstairs. You can see a number of doors up here, but only one of them has locks on the outside.
Well, there are multiple rooms in the attic.
There's, 1, 2, 3, 4 separate rooms up here.
Check them each. One at a time.
Just have a quick look in each one.
Yeah.
As you're just opening and shutting, not really paying attention to what's in there. You see they're all small bedrooms, sleep a couple of different people as you get to the one with the locks on it, which is a simple bard.
Yeah.
It's you. Who opens?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
You open what's clearly a child's room. The second the doors open, the smell of death and decay wafts out of the door. As you see 2 children's beds, a couple of toys and books. The book that you've seen before, you see that in here. As you see,
The same copy?
very similar copy.
Okay.
You see across each bed the names of the 2 children as they eternally slumber in both of them. You would guess 40 or 50 years, maybe less, maybe more.
Well,
And that's where we'll leave it.
Oh boy.
Oh, hot damn.